music?
I forgot all of it.
Oh, that's all right.
All right, welcome everybody. This is High Octane. I'm your host, Bob.
And I'm your copilot, Sergio.
And today we have something a little bit different for you guys. We're calling this is the first ever High Octane SHIT Show.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
anything goes. We talk about anything, cars.
Literally anything goes.
Anything.
As you guys can tell, my dad is joining us for this. If all goes well, we might start doing this about once a month. So we'll see how it goes, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
But Dad, what's been going on, man?
Not much. Just waiting for the weather to warm up. It's only 50 degrees here today.
Thanks.
You got to get out of Michigan. That's the problem.
Well, they went back for that.
Well, we went back. We came back on purpose. But yeah, 50 degrees at the end of May is a little bit weird, even for Michigan. I mean, last year at this time, I'd had the central air on for a month. So I don't know. It's just been a crazy ass year.
Yeah, it's currently 81 here. So,
dude, the only place I'm going from here is further south. I'm going to get as close as I can to the motherland of Cuba.
Yeah, we came back up here because we missed the 4 seasons. So,
yeah, we have like 17 seasons here.
Dude, it's rained every night. Have you noticed?
Yeah, it's rained a lot.
It's rained every night for like the past few weeks.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
First shit show. What do you call the other ones? Ah, shut up, Chris. You fuck.
Tell them those are baby shit shows.
That's not my brother. That's the guy we work with.
This is the big one.
But yeah. Yes, this is the first one. But
speaking of him, did you invite him to be on?
Last time you came on, I invited him, and he pussed out. I don't know what the hell went on there, but no, I didn't invite him. He usually gets off around this time. I mean, I could shoot him a text.
Yeah, shoot him a text. See what he says. He might jump on.
Doesn't hurt, but he's been pretty busy lately, so I get it.
Yeah, they got him working like crazy too.
I don't know what he's been doing really. I haven't really talked.
He's been he video chatted with us on Mother's Day last weekend.
Oh, okay.
So he's been working 9-10 hours a day. So they've been pretty busy doing a lot of stuff. So
and I kind of get it then.
That's not bad. Yeah, I got those bank hours, man.
You do. You certainly have banker hours.
I don't start till 9 and I get off around 4. So that's just the way it is. I don't give a shit no more.
Well, that's what happens when you own your own shit.
I don't give a shit no more.
Nothing wrong with that.
Being the boss is always a good thing.
It is.
For sure.
Either being the boss or being retired.
I want to be both.
I don't know either one. I don't know about either one.
So we still got a long ways to go.
A little bit, yeah.
So what are we drinking today, man?
All right, yeah. We'll tell everybody what we're drinking. Let me do some music real quick. What are we drinking? All right, so Sergio brought something special today since this is our first go at this.
My private stash from the house. I have some Hennessy Cognac. It's a library edition. This is how it looks in the bottle. And
it's very, very nice. Actually.
That's it right there. You can see the color. It's very nice.
I have
it's not that good.
Have a regular bottle. It's whatever.
Yeah, you can see the difference in it.
Oh yeah, clear as day. The regular was 52.
This one was around 600.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're drinking.
Hang loose for a second, guys.
Okay, yeah.
I hope he's bringing something.
That's getting something.
Yes, sir. So it's 90-day difference between the cognacs.
Give us a little backstory of it.
Backstory, but
all right. Let me read off the box here.
Well, that's in French. That's in English.
All right.
But you can taste the fruits in it, the wood, the smell of it is just amazing. The taste is smooth. Like I said, we have the cheap stuff. You can see how and it just
doesn't really say what makes it so special. It's probably
it smells very like peanutty or something.
The regular.
Yeah, it smells like I don't know. It smells weird. This one, on the other hand, is just very smooth.
Let me see that glass. I can't smell it very good.
Light fruit. You can taste the wood in it. It's very delicious. And I brought my little cognac glasses to drink out of.
I don't know. All right, what you got over there, Dad?
I'm drinking strawberry lemonade.
Oh!
Hey, whatever. It's something.
No, we walked uptown and stopped at Taco Bell on the way back. But I walked uptown because there was a photograph I wanted to get a copy of. And for anybody who's interested out there, this.
Is that who I'm named after?
That is Robert Paul Tarango.
That's who I'm fucking named after.
Nice.
That's cool as shit.
That's your uncle, right?
That's my great uncle.
Great uncle?
That's my dad's uncle. Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hell
He was a pursuit pilot in World War II, and he flew P-40 Warhawks and he flew P-51 Mustangs.
Ooh,
that's some high octane right there.
All right, hang on. What was the first one?
First one was a P-40 Warhawk.
P-40 Warhawk. I'm gonna look these up.
They're cool.
I know what the Mustang looks like.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
there. Let me get a better picture of that. That one's cool. Okay.
Share the
All right.
screen. That thing.
Yeah.
is-
Let me get a minute.
They're serious airplanes, man.
There's the P-40 Warhawk.
Yep.
That's cool.
Dude,
Yeah.
can you imagine being in that thing, man?
No, I cannot.
That thing would be sick.
That's really cool.
Yeah, those planes, they were not pressurized, and the ceiling on those planes was about 20. I think it's about 20,000 feet.
Ooh,
So
Jesus.
when they were flying those airplanes, they had to wear sheepskin flight suits just to stay warm.
Oh, I believe that.
Yeah, but yeah, he flew.
20,000. That's 4 miles up.
Yeah,
Holy balls.
he flew P-40 Warhawks, and he flew P-51 Mustangs as well. But the P-40 is what he trained in, and that's mostly what he flew. He flew 25 combat missions, and yeah, there you go.
That's the
That's a
Mustang.
good one.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they're cool planes.
Oh look, that one's called the Geraldine.
That's cool, man.
That's my grandmother's name.
A lot of the pilots name their planes.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was part of the Flying Tigers.
Hell yeah, man. That's cool. I didn't know all that.
In-
That's cool information.
In
to have.
World War II, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I like
Yeah.
that's cool. That's a good picture of him too.
Yeah, that's a picture that I remember being on display at my grandmother's house when I was growing up, and unfortunately I never had the opportunity to meet the man, and it kind of bums me out. But yeah, he died in 1944 in an airplane crash. Unfortunately, his whole squadron was lost in
Oh,
1944.
man, that sucks.
Yeah,
Damn shame.
was only 23 years old.
Ah.
Golly.
So yeah, but
Well, there you go, Bob. You have
Way
a
too young.
badass name, dude.
No, I knew I was. I always
Badass man.
I always
man.
knew
That's awesome,
I
man.
always knew that I was named after him, but I didn't know like all of those details.
The
That's
details.
really cool.
That's man.
Yeah,
that's
that's cool
why I like
shit.
going down that rabbit hole, like finding out where you come from, where people, because you never know, dude.
Yeah.
That's like,
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's really cool.
so what I'm doing, the reason I had this picture made, my dad gave me the original as part of a binder that I have concerning Robert Paul Tarango. It's got letters that he wrote home when he was stationed overseas, letters that he wrote to his parents when he was in he took his flight training in Kansas City. He took some in San Antonio, Texas. When he was first in the Army Air Force, I think he was stationed in St. Petersburg, Florida. He did some service in India, and when he was right before he was involved in his final flight, he was actually in China. He flew most of his combat missions over China. So
Oh yeah.
And here we are again, fighting with China.
So. Well, and the thing is, in World War II, China was our ally. Yeah. He was flying combat missions in defense of China.
That's crazy, yeah, because you had Japan was attacking China on the mainland.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, yeah. And it's crazy how everything's flipped over.
Yeah.
Now Japan's our allies and China's it is what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly right. That's exactly
to take over the damn world.
And it's going to get worse if we keep going down this EV route and having them supply all the stuff for the batteries.
Oh, for sure.
Well, the biggest problem, not so much the batteries, it's the damn microchips.
That's the semiconductors and everything. It's going to be horrible.
That's what's killing us. That's where most of the microchips come from China. So
the microchip, I think the microchip thing is kind of working itself out slowly. The biggest problem with the EVs is the batteries, but you take it one step further, it's our lithium supply. We have like 22 million tons of usable lithium for these EVs. That's not enough.
Right.
That's not enough.
Well, it comes down to where China owns, I think I read somewhere, I think they own like 65% or more of all the lithium mines in the world.
Right. And then they do.
Regardless, you're going to be buying your lithium from there.
Yeah.
You're buying your semiconductors from there. You're buying your microchips from them. You're buying it from them.
Yeah.
So basically, they might own 65, but they technically own almost 100% of the market.
Yeah.
Because they're screwing us big time. We need to figure some shit out. I don't know.
They've put their money where they need to, and they kind of have the market cornered.
Yeah, well, that's been the biggest problem for a long time. They've always been one step ahead of us. I think a lot of the manufacturers have started to make batteries here, but like Sergio said, the biggest problem is you can make batteries all day long. The problem is you got to get the shit to make the batteries.
Yeah. Resources come from other countries.
Right. And lithium is one of the biggest issues. And if they own 65% of the market, they basically have it cornered.
Well,
lithium, cobalt.
The biggest, I think where these manufacturers are screwing up, if they're going to do the EV thing 100%, which I don't think it's going to happen. They need to go solid state.
Oh, 100%.
They absolutely have to go solid state batteries. The benefits for solid state over liquid state, there's no negatives when you compare the two.
Right.
To me, they're lighter, they're more compact. You don't have the volatile chemicals sloshing around. You're not going to get all that spontaneous combustion.
Right.
You don't have to store the chemicals. What else? The range and the charging times are comparable.
What about recyclable?
Huh?
Oh, recycling.
The recycling, they're trying to figure that part out. I know General Motors is kind of partnering with certain companies to recycle these things.
Because I know that was one of their biggest things was the recycling.
Early on, yes, that was a big thing.
And then I'll give you my next biggest thing, probably the biggest thing. We don't have the infrastructure to power all this stuff.
We don't. We absolutely don't.
Like you think about if you go all electric plus everything that you're now putting more onto the electric grid, we don't have the power to sustain this.
No, we don't. We can't even keep the power on in our houses when a storm hits.
This is what I told you before. I think they're going to start backtracking the closer they get to what they say 2020, 2030. They wanted all electric vehicles in California to be.
In California, probably. Worldwide, industry-wide, 2050.
2050. I think they'll start backing now.
I think they will too.
Just because they know we don't have the infrastructure.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to back out because I think their timeline is too ambitious. I agree on the infrastructure if and until they get the infrastructure to the point where you can drive into a rest area or whatever the case may be and take the same amount of time to charge the battery as it does to fill an internal combustion engine vehicle with gasoline.
Mm-hmm.
Until they reach that point, I just don't think that electric vehicles are going to be they're just not going to be one of those things. No,
And that's one of the things that I've told you before. It's not logical for you to drive 300 miles, you pull up at a gas station, and then you got to wait an hour to charge it. Like your dad said, and I've told you this before, they have to get it down from, like you said, okay, it takes me 2 minutes to fill up the gas tank. I go inside, I use the bathroom, I grab a snack, I grab a drink, I come back.
Exactly.
Maybe 10 minutes at the most, 15 minutes at the most.
Yeah.
That's logical.
Right.
Other stuff is not. It's not going to work.
Right. The problem with that is, like the rapid charging technology we have now, like on our cell phones. Say it takes 2 hours to charge your cell phone with the fast charging technology that we have right now. These batteries, if you're fast charging them every single time you charge them, that battery, it's going to last a year and a half, 2 years. As when you compare it to like a slow charge.
Well, yeah, they say slow charge is better for the battery.
Slow charge is better for the battery. If you're doing nothing but fast charging your battery, that's going to degrade the life of the battery.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look. Okay, you want to go down there, right? That's fine. We can go. Let's say it lasts 2 years. Most people change their cell phones every 2 years. Most people change their cars every 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's logical if you buy, they're all electric. The thing is, if they can get the recycling down and the car is cheap enough, people will just trade them out every 2 years.
Well, that's another thing you have to. That's another thing you have to think about, though. Okay, so let's say that these electric cars that we currently have last between 5 and 10 years. How much is that battery pack going to cost to replace?
The same price as whatever it costs to build the car.
Probably.
They're like
yeah.
$40,000.
That's the problem. That's one of the biggest problems.
Exactly. That's the biggest problem. Number one, the battery pack costs a lot of money itself.
Absolutely.
And two, they're not easy to replace.
No.
You basically have to dismantle half the vehicle to get the damn battery out.
Practically, because
you're talking, at current labor rates, you're talking a shit ton of money just in labor.
Absolutely.
Yeah. See, it doesn't. It's not logical.
I'll give you a prime example.
It's just not practical. It really isn't.
It's not. And I'll give you.
What's that going to do to the used car market? Okay, so somebody buys a vehicle. Somebody buys an electric vehicle, and after 2 years, they take it to say they leased it for 2 years. They turn it in. The battery might be in garbage shape. So the dealership that takes this thing back is going to have to replace that battery before they can resell the vehicle. Now, they've got all this money into this vehicle, replacing the battery. They're not going to eat that. They're going to pass that on to the next customer. What's that going to do to the used car market, which is already fucked up as it is?
Oh, it's completely screwed.
It will destroy it. It will destroy it.
Yeah. I mean, the normal vehicles already depreciate like crazy the second you drive it off the lot.
Yep.
So, yeah, like you just said, Dad, like the EVs that cost 50, 60, 70, up to millions of dollars, they're going to depreciate so much as soon as you sign that paperwork. And then, like you just said, if you trade it in, sell it, whatever, depending on the condition of the battery pack, that dealership's going to replace it. Right. It's going to take them 10 hours to replace it.
Yeah.
It's not feasible. I just don't see it happening.
The only way I think it works is all cars, you don't even buy the car, you lease the cars. All cars you lease, they're all electric. So say everything's electric, right? You lease the cars. When the car comes back in after the 2 years, there's got to be a way where they can just lift the entire body up without taking anything off, roll the frame and chassis, roll the frame out with the battery packs in it, roll a new one back in, put that back on, and then let that person keep driving the car or do something else with it. That
would be the most ideal situation.
That would be ideal. Yeah,
that's the most ideal situation. But these engineers, they don't take that into consideration because they're not the ones that have to change the shit.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll give you a prime example of what I mean. The Lyric. It's public, so I'm allowed to talk about it. The battery pack for the Lyric weighs 1,500 pounds.
Jesus.
1,500 pounds just for the battery.
Yeah, that's not.
It takes up the entire floor underneath the vehicle.
Wow.
The entire floor. Not to mention everything else that's underneath there.
Can you imagine that shit catching on fire? You're
It's
sitting on a bomb, dude.
It's ridiculous.
You're
man.
sitting on a bomb.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
I read an article online the other day. The Hummer EV, the battery pack for that weighs 2,800 pounds.
Yes.
And the vehicle itself weighs over 9,000 pounds. Are you talking almost 5 tons?
Yes.
That's a lot of weight.
The freaking battery weighs as much as a Mazda Miata.
Yeah, I believe that.
That's insane. That is insane.
But that's also why that thing can still do 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. And it's also why it can pop a wheelie. And it's also why good luck stopping it.
Yeah.
Well, that's you're driving a tank.
That's exactly what
you are driving a tank. I mean,
it's a nice looking vehicle. It's fast. It does what it does, but holy balls, it's heavy.
So here's one. All right. America goes EV. Europe goes EV. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say China goes EV. Japan will go EV. Australia and Russia. Okay.
Oh, fuck Russia.
What are you going to do with Africa? What about India? What about South America? Look at all the third world countries that still use coal. It's just, I mean, for all these people who are environmentally crazy, you're still going to have to deal with coal and the pollution.
That's a good point. I mean, these third world countries, they're not going to be able to afford $50,000, $60,000 EVs ever.
They can barely afford the $10,000 cars that they're driving now.
10 grand? That's generous.
You look at pictures of India; they're all on scooters or bicycles.
Yeah, because there's so many fucking people. There's a billion people in India.
Can you imagine if there was a billion cars? You wouldn't be able to drive them.
No, you wouldn't be able to get anywhere.
It would be faster to walk than it is to drive. You would not be able to physically drive anywhere.
Yeah,
and they don't have the infrastructure, the electric grid to power these things.
Fuck no. They can barely get gas in some of these countries.
Dude, it's crazy.
One area that probably won't go electric would be Saudi Arabia. Otherwise, they're going to have to drink that oil for breakfast.
Oh, man, they better be stockpiling that thing in gold.
Well, okay, all right.
They're ever going to go? I don't think they're ever going to go electric. I mean,
all right, okay.
I think they're going to burn. I think they're going to burn gasoline forever.
All right, I'll take this conversation in a different direction. Like big oil is, they fought the whole EV push. They fought the alternative fuel sources for so long, but a lot of people don't realize how many other products use petroleum.
A lot of things.
Whole fucking lot of
your fucking tires.
Yeah, absolutely.
The big oil, they're never going to lose money. They may not make the billions and billions and billions of dollars a year that they make right now.
Well, look at everything. Look at everything that's made out of plastic. Where does plastic come from?
Exactly, it comes from petroleum.
Basically petroleum.
Absolutely.
So you're talking about how they won't make billions. I think they'll keep making the same amount of money.
They won't make as much, but they will still make profit.
I'm going to give you what they need to do. They already have gas stations all over this country, all over the world. All they have to do is convert their gas stations to electric pumps for fast charging.
Yeah,
and that's it. Charge the people what it will cost you for gas. $40 to fill up your car. Boom, there you go. They're going to make the money. They're never going to lose out.
Not saying they're not, but I mean,
because think about it. Elon Musk wants to put fast charging stations. What's more logical for him to do? Is to already use the gas stations that are already there, that already have power. He doesn't have to buy anything. Doesn't have to buy property. Doesn't have to build gas stations. Doesn't have to build anything. Everything's ready to go.
That's the thing.
He just has to convert pumps to.
But that's the thing. That's the thing with Musk's. Originally, he wanted a monopoly. He wanted Teslas to only be charged by his charging stations. He didn't want them to be universal. He wanted his cars to be charged by his chargers only.
Yeah.
But, with this whole EV push, I think the government has kind of forced his hand, and they've kind of, what am I trying to say? He wanted a monopoly on charging his cars.
Yeah, well, and he was never going to get that. And if they're going to make a push for universal electric vehicles, then charging them has to be universal.
Right.
And that's the thing. All these manufacturers have to get on the same page. They have to put the charging ports in exactly the same place. They have to use the exact same kind of input, plug or whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yep.
Well, everything has to be universal. So, if Elon Musk thought he was going to make a butt ton of money with, only charging Tesla cars with Tesla charging stations. That was never going to happen. That was a pipe dream.
Well, he fought tooth and nail for as long as he could to make it happen. But
and that
obviously, it's not going to happen.
That was never going to happen. But
and it's good because fuck Elon Musk.
It is. Agreed. But they're going to have to everybody's going to have to get on the same page. And as far as, the charging and stuff, there's going to have to be a universal system as far as that goes.
Oh, yeah.
Because any vehicle on the road now, any ICE vehicle on the road now can drive into any gas station anywhere in this country and refuel their vehicle. If you don't make that same thing available for EVs, the system ain't going to work.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you.
Not going to work.
I would say the gas stations will flip. It would be all electric, where you pull up to the pump for all electric charging stations. They'll have one diesel station for your farming equipment, your diesels, because you still need diesel. And then they'll probably have one gasoline pump.
Yeah, I mean, they'll still absolutely have gasoline pumps, because I'm going to say it right now. It's going to take a long time to convince me to buy an electric vehicle.
That's where I'm at too.
I mean, if your balls drop and they fall off one day, then you can buy one.
Well, yeah, if they fall off, if I have no balls left, I'll buy one. But
you get them clipped, go buy one.
I mean, look at how many ICE vehicles are out there right now. These vehicles aren't going away overnight.
Oh, no.
So they're going to have to run on gasoline. So gasoline isn't going away anytime soon.
Oh, absolutely not. It's not. I mean, there are so many people right now living below the poverty line. How the hell do they expect those people? And it has nothing to do with race, status, nothing.
No.
How the fuck do they expect? How do they expect those people to be able to buy, let's just say, even a Chevy Bolt?
Which is what?
Those are $30,000.
Yeah,
most people
those can't those people can't afford those.
Or you get a mother who's a single mother with 2 kids, and she needs a Chevy Equinox, and she can barely afford to pay the money.
Exactly.
They're not
logical. People in that specific situation aren't going to be able to afford one, even with the tax credit and all this other bullshit. They're not going to be able to afford it.
So, yeah, it's just, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
All right, so we're talking EVs. I've got a couple things for EVs that I wanted to talk about this week. First thing is from Cadillac, and I hate that they're doing it, but I knew they would. They're making the Escalade electric.
Okay. And if it wasn't big enough and weighed enough, all fucking ready.
Right. They were like 6,000 pounds before.
And please tell me they're going to have a 350-mile range of pieces of shit.
I don't know. I have not read this article. I've seen multiple ones. I think George sent me this one. It's going to be called the IQ.
Okay. I mean, it looks good.
It does look good.
It looks good.
I mean, you can't not make an Escalade look good. Well, current.
Dude,
the older ones,
phenomenal.
The older ones were terrible. That's the V series. We're not going to talk about that. All right, this article sucks. It's very short.
Well, let's see.
Yeah,
does it have any numbers?
There's not a whole lot of information there.
Maybe I might need to pull up a different article. There's definitely nothing.
Well, what's the bottom? Internal combustion engine.
That's the V series, 682 horsepower V8.
Yeah, it doesn't say much on it.
Yeah. All right, I'll look for another article on that. But
well, speaking of electric,
the other electric vehicle article that I have.
Which one is this?
It's the Rimac project, or the sort of Rivera. Dad, I think you've seen this car before. The Rimac Nevera, sorry. It's their new hypercar.
Yeah.
Well, apparently this thing broke 23 records in one day.
Around what track was it?
I don't know. We're going to find out. It has 1,914 horsepower, all electric, 4 motors, 4-wheel drive. Like I said, 23 records in a day. Quickest 0 to 249 mile an hour time. All right, we're going to go through these records.
Okay,
really,
can
really
I guess?
quickly.
I'm going to guess.
All right, guess.
10 seconds. I'm just shooting it. I'm shooting for the moon with this one.
Dad, do you have a guess?
0 to 249?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd say probably 10 seconds. I'd agree with Sergio, 10 seconds. I mean, that's like ludicrous, but you're talking almost 2,000 horsepower too.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right, so let me put this into perspective for you guys. The McLaren F1 was the fastest car in the early 90s in the world.
right.
It did 241 miles an hour, naturally aspirated, no driver nannies.
It's a beautiful car.
This car will accelerate to 249 and stop to 0 and faster than a McLaren F1 reaches 217.
That's so retarded.
That's asinine, man.
You know how retarded that sounds?
That's insanity, dude.
Who the holy hell needs a freaking vehicle that can
You know
do
who's
that?
driving
I mean,
that? A
seriously.
fighter pilot.
Insanity.
Oh my!
All right, let's
goodness.
go. Let's go through these fucking these records right now. 0 to 60, 1.74 seconds.
That's awesome.
0 to 124,
1.8.
1.82 seconds.
That's insane.
Don't even know how that's possible.
So
0 to 186 in 9.2, and then 0 to 249 is 21.32 seconds.
we're half
Yeah.
off, but okay.
0 to 124 in 1.82 seconds. How many G's do you have to be pulling? And how does the driver keep from shitting his pants?
I don't know,
I would
Seriously.
say that's probably like
but they might
three
have that.
Gs.
They might have that number in here too. We're going to find out.
That's insane.
It does the standing quarter mile in 8.26 seconds. Bro, that's nuts.
That's like those race cars, man.
Yeah, that's pro dragster territory right
yeah,
there.
that's some serious.
That's
Yeah.
more than a second quicker than the Tesla Model S Plaid, which it should be.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. What else do we have? Navera dispatched the standing mile in 20 and a half seconds. A mile
Wow.
from stop. Let's see. 4-motor, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Fastest EV road car in history, 256 miles an hour top speed. For an EV, that's nuts.
That is bananas.
You're not shifting gears, nothing.
No, you're just pushing the pedal down and holding on for dear life is what you're doing.
Yeah, and you're not making any noise. It's like humming. Yeah.
That's
all you fucking hear, man.
That would be eerie.
It doesn't have all of the records. Okay, show all. Here we go. All right, here's all the records. 0 to 60, like we said, 1.74.
Yeah, 0 to 60.
That one doesn't make sense. Okay, it's 1.82 on top of the 1.74. So 0 to 124 is 4.5.
Okay. Oh, because they got any.
Yeah.
What
Yeah, they added the two times together.
Kilometers or whatever.
Yeah. 0 to 186, 9.23. Like we said, 21.32, 0 to 249. 62 to 124, 2.5 seconds.
That's crazy.
So if you're on the highway and someone's pissing you off, you're going to pass them in no time.
Dude, can you imagine the cop pulls up behind you? See ya.
Yeah, no
Not
doubt.
today, buddy.
I'm going to outrun you and your radio.
I have to go.
I guarantee you're definitely going to outrun a helicopter. That's for sure.
Hell yeah. Helicopter ain't keeping up with you. All right, let's see. 62 to 0, 95 and a half feet. That's to repeat. Quarter mile, 8.26. Eighth mile, 5.5. Half mile, 12.8. Standing mile, 20.6.
Bro,
That's
20
insane.
seconds a mile.
Yeah,
That's insane.
it's incredible.
That's 3 miles a minute.
Oh my.
That's insanity.
That's 3 miles a minute. That is like lunacy right there.
All right, another perspective. When the Veyron first came out, they said at full speed, the Veyron was covering 3 football fields a second. And that's at 252 miles an hour. This thing is 256.
That is ridiculous. Dude, it's
And then 0 to 100 was 3.3, 0 to 120, 4.1, 0 to 130, 4.7, 0 to 250, which is almost its top speed,
21.
21.8. Passing speed 60 to 130, 3 seconds, almost flat. And then 0 to 200 is
10
under
seconds.
11 seconds.
That's impressive, man.
Dude, that's incredible.
That 60 to 130 in 3 seconds. You're not even going to see dude's taillights if he passes you. I mean,
oh god, no.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
That is freaking nuts.
And it's a beautiful car too.
It's freaking Croatian.
Yeah,
of all things.
You know that guy? He started his business in his mom's garage when he was like, I think 19 or 20, and then at 23 is when he got big. He started making them.
Yeah, and we know now that they own Bugatti.
Yeah, he bought Bugatti.
Yeah. So who knows what's going to happen with Bugatti?
Well, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard that they wanted to make an all-electric Bugatti.
Oh, they're certainly going to. I mean, that's the only direction that they're going to take it in. That's the only direction they can take it in. That's all they do. They've revolutionized the EV market.
It's a beautiful car.
It's retarded.
Well, at least the
hypercar,
the hyper exotic area of it.
It's an incredible car.
That gives me like a Porsche.
The 918 Spider.
No, the GT, the Carrera GT. Gives me like Carrera GT vibes on that side thing.
This front grille area, that's Tesla though. It looks just like a Tesla front end.
Well, it's probably got all kinds of sensors in it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Got the radar and LiDAR and whatever else.
Dude, that thing's got to have some type of like crazy safety thing for you to stop.
Oh, I'm sure it has one of the best braking systems in the market.
Well, yeah, with that kind of acceleration, you would hope so.
Well, to go, what was the deceleration?
0 to 60 is 95 feet. I mean, that's not shit.
Yeah, 62 to 0 is 95 feet. That's nothing.
That's like 30 yards. That's nothing.
Literally nothing.
You hit the brakes and your face goes into the steering wheel.
Your face comes off. Your face will come off.
Because those are some serious brakes.
Yeah,
your face goes straight into the steering wheel.
It's like when Beetlejuice rips his face off.
Yeah.
Like for real, that's what's going to happen. If you bury your foot in the floor on that brake pedal, that's what's going to happen.
Those are crazy numbers.
Just all of them are crazy.
Those are crazy numbers.
And it did it all the same day, 23 records.
Yeah, so you can't sit there and bullshit with them.
So they're major players in the hypercar market. Like, for real. They're not fucking around.
I would say they're number one in the electric hypercar market.
Absolutely. Well, that Pininfarina, they're coming on strong, dude. They're coming on real strong.
It's coming on, but it's not as...
That thing accelerates faster than this thing.
Does it really?
Well, it did until this just set the record. And I think the Pininfarina actually looks better than this thing.
Oh, really?
Have you seen it?
All
right, let's see. Hang on. I don't even know how to spell that. Pininfarina.
Pinn.
There it is. I got it.
There it is.
The Pininfarina Battista. Yeah. Let's go. Some images.
It almost reminds me of the Ferrari SF90.
Reminds me more of the new Maserati.
Ooh, now that you say that.
The MC20.
I'll tell you what, man, that thing is actually growing on me.
I like it too.
When people put like those crazy, like you put the crazy spoilers and more better.
Oh, the Mansory shit.
Yeah, it actually looks more like
Mansory actually didn't overdo it, so I agree with you. This one's got 1900 horsepower, but I think it was like 1.8 to 60 or some shit.
Yeah, I like the front end better on this.
I do too. I do too. It looks more like a real car.
It does.
I feel like it looks like the Ferrari Pista.
That looks fucking good, right there.
It could looks like a Ferrari Pista too.
Yeah, it does. This is the best picture we've seen of it.
No, I like that blue, man.
That looks like a shark with its mouth open right there.
It looks really good.
Yeah, that looks like a shark with its mouth open, like a shark that's ready for business right there.
Oh,
yeah.
You see that shit coming in your rearview mirror? I guarantee you're going to get the hell out of the way.
I know I would. That blue is nice. I agree with you on that.
So good, man.
I agree. That's a good blue.
I bet you look good in like that dark red from Aston Martin. They're dark, like cherry red.
Sure it would. Should you?
Oh boy.
But yeah, this thing owned it was like the fastest accelerating car in the world up until the Rimac, whatever, just set the record. This was from May 17th, a week ago.
That's not bad. That's crazy.
That's probably pretty current.
Sounds like someone declared war.
Oh, for sure. For sure. All right. You know what? I'm just going to skip the racing because there's only one thing this week, and it's the Monaco Grand Prix.
I want to ask y'all's opinion. What do you think about the Corvette SUV?
General Motors has officially made it official.
Yeah, I know. What do you think about that? What do you guys think about
I hate the idea.
I do too. I think it's the last mistake.
We have seen the renderings. I think I actually, when Dad came on last time, we talked about it. There are so many different renderings. Some of them actually don't look terribly bad. I still hate the idea.
There's one that looked good. It looked like the new Ferrari SUV.
Some of them don't look bad, but I still hate the idea.
Yeah.
The idea that they're going to make it its own brand.
Okay, so what's worse, the 4-door version of the Corvette or the SUV?
The SUV.
Really?
At least the 4-door is still a car.
Yeah. I could get behind the sedan, but yeah, the SUV, no, that's where I draw the line.
I agree, 100%. I agree 100%.
I don't know. If it looks like anything like the Ferrari, I like the SUV better than the 4-door Corvette.
I don't like any of it.
When I think Corvette, I think of 2-door American muscle. That's America's supercar.
It is. It absolutely is. And
that's why I think General Motors is making a mistake. They're going to make it a brand, and what they're going to do is they're going to basically dilute it by making a 4-door, making an SUV, and all this other shit. I just think they're killing the mark.
I already think that they're screwing up making it fully electric.
Agreed.
I agree.
The hybrid is. I'm on the line even on the hybrid.
Yeah.
But I can get behind a hybrid way before a fully electric Corvette, and especially an SUV.
Well, the Corvette, dude, they hit it. They knocked it out of the park when they came out to see it.
I agree. I 100% agree.
They knocked it out of the park. They should never have touched it. But yeah, man, I just think looking at the regular 2-door Corvette and as a 4-door does not look good to me.
No, I agree. The architecture that they're building the C8 on doesn't support 4 doors.
It looks stupid.
It does. I agree with you. But that car is phenomenal.
But when I think 4-door, if you're going to make it the SUV, then it's like all in my brain. It would be better than a 4-door car.
Like most of these renderings are pretty terrible.
No, I saw one the other day, dude. That it was beautiful. It looked just like the Ferrari. It looked really good. I said if it comes out like that, I think they'll be okay.
See, this is awful because this is the Cadillac Lyriq.
That's hideous.
With a shitty Corvette front end on it. That's all that is.
Hideous. Yeah, they're trying to go like Lamborghini route. That doesn't look good either.
That's a Lamborghini Urus with a fucking Corvette front end on it. That's the C7 Corvette front end too.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
It is.
This is awful.
I don't like it.
I wish I would have said that one that I had.
This one's actually not too terribly bad. It's a little bit too aggressive. There's too much shit going on in the front end. And that spoiler's stupid.
But honestly, you'd have to go super aggressive to make it look
better than if they did something along this line, maybe subdue it just a little bit, I could maybe get behind that.
I like the wheels though.
But the wheels are pretty good.
The wheels are fucking good.
That's terrible. No. That's just a Lamborghini Urus. That's awful.
Man, I wish I would have saved that picture that I saw.
That's just stupid.
That's funny. That's something to have over there in China.
That's clearly a Blazer. That would no. This right here, that would be a China ripoff.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
That's exactly what it.
That's what that would be.
Like.
Yeah,
what it looks like.
That would be China's version.
Too tall. It's too tall, and it looks like it got caught in a freaking front end, rear end collision and got compacted.
Yes.
Yeah, it sure does.
Yep. It looks like a semi hit it.
Both ends,
front end and rear end at the same time.
Yeah.
We're gonna make a little cupcake out of it.
It's absolute garbage. Like I don't know. I mean, all right. Let me pull up Corvette sedan. We'll look at that. Like, look at this. That's fucking terrible. That's a C7, obviously. But let me see if there's any C8s.
Yeah,
right there.
I don't like that.
I don't either. It doesn't. That architecture doesn't support 4 doors. It just doesn't.
Man.
In order to make that vehicle sedan, you have to stretch the wheelbase too far.
Yes. And
you can't maintain the right Corvette profile if you stretch the wheelbase too much. You just can't do it.
Yeah. The only manufacturer, in my opinion, that made their sports car into a sedan correctly is Aston Martin.
Oh yeah, the Riptide. You love that fucking
The Rapide is
the Rapide,
incredible.
The Riptide, I call it
incredible. Like they completely knocked that car out of the park.
No, their best car.
This thing, no, it doesn't work.
Aston Martin's best car, I think, is their DBS.
This what is it? The 770, the latest one.
Yeah, the 7.7.
Yeah.
The DBS 7.7.
It's incredible.
Ultimate. Oh.
All right, let's see. Aston Martin 770 Ultimate.
Ultimate.
There it is.
Look at that thing.
I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible.
Art.
So it is. It's a piece of art.
Can you imagine them stretching that shit out to 4 doors?
Oh, shame on them if they
I'd
even
be
try.
pissed.
Shame on them if they even try.
Looks like shit.
Not a huge fan of the honeycomb style wheels, but everything else is perfect.
I honestly think Corvette's trying to go after the aftermarket for the SUVs because Ferrari's doing it, Lamborghini did it, Porsche.
Everyone's doing it.
Audi did it.
Every single manufacturer is making an SUV, and I hate it.
The only one that hasn't done it would be what?
Bugatti. That's it. Every single other manufacturer.
Pagani doesn't have one.
Oh, they never will.
And
they're such a niche market vehicle; they'll never make an SUV.
I think that's it. I think that's honestly it.
I do too.
I think Corvette's just trying to do
even Rolls and Bentley fucking sold out and made an SUV, and by the way, they're both fucking terrible.
Yeah, they are. They're ugly.
They look good inside. They're
ugly.
I'm not saying that. Not saying that at all. They do. Their interiors are incredible.
The Bentley Bentayga, all it is a freaking.
It's a Volkswagen.
It's a Volkswagen.
Yeah,
it's their big Volkswagen. It's the same platform.
Yep.
So, and then the Audi is the Lamborghini. The Q8.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But Bentley actually has like their own. No, I think it shares the same platform as the BMW X8 sedan.
Yes, I believe you're right.
The SUV.
I do believe you're right. All right, this is the AMR version of the Repeat.
It looks good.
It's incredible.
I like it. It's clean.
You can tell it's a 4-door car, obviously, because the rear is taller to keep the sedan headroom, but it still looks like it could be an Aston Martin coupe.
Yeah,
it's incredible. That one especially, that looks like a DB9.
I think the key to that is again, it's the wheelbase. If you keep the wheelbase realistic and you can still get 4 doors in there, I think that's the key to it.
Well, I agree with you, and the reason that Aston Martin was able to do it is because they're a Grand Touring type vehicle,
right?
Already a larger vehicle.
Yeah,
Corvette.
Yeah, they've got a longer wheelbase.
Corvette's not a Grand Touring vehicle. It's not a GT car.
No, it's a sports car.
Exactly.
You can't make a sedan out of a sports car because you cannot stretch the wheelbase.
No, you can't.
If you do that, it's not a Corvette anymore.
I agree.
I don't give a shit what you do at the front end or what you do at the back end. If you stretch the wheelbase, it's not a Corvette.
Are you kidding me right now? No, I agree with you 100%. And what Sergio said, before I drove that car in Bowling Green, I think what I heard was like the tallest person that the C8 could accommodate was like 6'4". I fit in that thing just fine with a helmet on.
That's what blew my mind. I was like, how the hell are you fitting in this thing?
I was comfortable. I was fine.
And you fit it perfectly.
I was fine.
No problems. And the sound. It sounds good. It looks good. The interior is phenomenal. The motor's phenomenal.
Everything about that car.
The new Z06 even sounds better.
Oh, yeah.
The
Z06 sounds incredible.
They just need to make the ZR1 and quit fucking with the Corvette.
ZR1, they've seen it. It's been out testing, and details are few, but it's going to have the flat plane 5.5 liter V8 from the Z06, but they're slapping 2 turbos on it.
Oh, they're going to go twin turbo on it.
800 horse, nice. 750 foot-pounds.
Nice.
More aggressive aero, active aero, I believe. Giant wide tires. I don't know exactly what it's going to look like. I've only seen it camo, but the numbers that I'm seeing are good.
I'm excited for that.
One thing they're going to have to do, and I don't know what they're doing with the ZR1, but the Z06, I don't know if you've been following any of this, but the Z06 has carbon fiber wheels.
Yes.
And they're having issues with the carbon fiber wheels. It's gotten so bad that the Chevy dealers will not touch them.
Yeah.
One guy took his Z06 because it was the hub was starting to crack on one of these carbon fiber wheels. So he took it to the Chevy dealer. They ordered him another wheel, and they tore the new wheel up trying to get the tire on.
Yeah. We talked about it last week on the podcast, actually. This YouTuber has changed out his tires so much that it did the same thing. It started to crack the actual carbon fiber.
But wait, did the tire shop, as they're putting on the tire, messed up the carbon fiber wheel?
They messed up the carbon fiber wheel. Now, there's another guy, and this guy actually lives in Rockwood, Michigan. He's got a C8 Z06 with the carbon fiber wheels. He wanted new tires on these. The Chevy dealer wouldn't touch it.
Mm-hmm.
So he took it to a tire shop. They couldn't figure out how to get the tires on these wheels. They tried everything. So he took the wheels and the tires and went to a Ferrari dealer. Now, you would think that a Ferrari dealer would have the right kind of equipment to mount these tires on the wheels.
You would think.
The Ferrari dealer tried everything they could think of. They tried clamps. They tried bars. They tried putting bands around the tires. They could not get the tires, the bead, they could not get the bead to seat on these wheels.
Wow.
That's
and
crazy.
To my knowledge, he still doesn't have these tires mounted on these wheels yet.
The only thing at that point, the only thing I can think of is take the wheels and the tires to a Koenigsegg certified dealership.
Yes.
Because they make their carbon fiber wheels in-house.
Well, the only other thing I could think of is whoever mounts the tires on the wheels for
the manufacturer.
For factory installation.
Yeah.
Take them there. But if they do that in the factory, then I don't know how the hell you would get the factory to mount those things.
There's a few shops out in California that can do it.
I'm gonna say that they don't do it at the factory because we don't do it at the factory. I know we don't have carbon fiber wheels here, but I don't think they do it at the factory. I think the supplier does it. So yeah, I don't know what I would even suggest.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a trick to it.
Oh, for sure.
And I mean, I don't know if it's a special machine that does it or what, but there's obviously a trick to it. And whatever it is, the dealers don't know. The dealers don't really want anything to do with it. These wheels cost $2,000 a piece.
Yeah, it is.
It doesn't take anything to destroy these wheels. I mean, they are like super, super temperamental. So, scratching them, cracking them, all this, whatever. So the dealers don't want anything to do with them. I mean, a Chevy dealer will not touch them.
Honestly, can't really blame them.
Agreed.
I've seen a few YouTube videos where these custom shops out in California, they mount carbon fiber wheels, but they have there's like a special machine for it.
I believe it.
That you got to be able to seat it on there.
Yeah, it's probably got like 7 arms and it's all hydraulic and all this bullshit.
I wouldn't touch one either.
I wouldn't. Hell no. Not for 10 grand to replace all 4. Hell no.
Can you imagine you're that new kid at freaking Gateway Tires? You don't know shit about shit, and they this guy brings you $5,000 wheels.
Nope.
He's like, put these on there. Nope.
We're insured.
I started here.
We're insured, but I'll get fired. Nope. Ain't happening.
No, sir. They wouldn't do it.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think there's a tire shop anywhere that would touch those.
We talked about it last week, me and Brian, and it's incredible.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so Mercedes just came out with their newest hypercar. It's called Project One, and it's actually a pretty incredible car. It's got all kind of F1 technology. I think is it hybrid?
Yes, it is hybrid.
Okay, it's hybrid technology. All this other bullshit.
I think they partner with F1, Mercedes from F1.
Most certainly. So I'm going to show you a picture of the actual car first, and then I'm going to show you a picture of something that might actually hurt your heart.
Which one is no? It's Koenigsegg that's got the F1 motor in it, right? The 3-cylinder.
It's not an F1 motor, but it's a
3-cylinder,
and it makes like over 600 horsepower.
Like it's
in the Gamera.
The Gamera, I think it's like 1,000 plus. It's like a stupid. It's like 1,200 horsepower.
But the 3-cylinder itself makes like 660.
It's like stupid. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. All right, let me show you this car real quick. What this car actually looks like from Mercedes. All right, that's the car from Mercedes. Oh, let me share the screen. My bad. Okay, this is what they're bringing to market. This is their hypercar.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
It's incredible.
That's got carbon fiber wheels.
I would hope. I would certainly hope. All right, so one of these was being towed in England. It was on a tow truck. We don't exactly know what the reason was, but
I know the reason.
This is what it looked like after.
Oh, I heard about that. I heard about that.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to put miles on those cars.
I understand why they were towing it. I understand why they were towing it, but what the fuck caused it to catch on fire?
That's a good question.
It's literally nothing left. You can see the brake rotors.
That looks like it's the front. It looked like it caught in the front.
I don't know.
Man,
that is the front. This is the front.
That's the front, right?
Yeah, that's the front. That's the motor right there. I have no idea. It doesn't say why it caught on fire.
They may not know. I mean, that thing literally burned to the ground.
Look,
there's nothing
wow.
left of it. I think
$2.8 million just
since it's half electric,
up in flames,
right?
Yeah,
it's a hypercar. I think maybe one of the ground wires fell off and landed on top of the battery pack or something.
It was something probably stupid.
To me, it had to be something dumb.
It probably was. It was probably something that they overlooked. But yeah, almost $3 million and it burned to the ground. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yep. 1,048 horsepower out of a F1 derived V6 turbo and 3 electric motors.
That's so crazy.
It's incredible.
Dude, look at it.
It hurts my heart, man.
It took the tow truck out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, at least the trailer. We don't know about the cab.
Do you know how hot it is for that thing to melt like that?
Ridiculous.
That's another thing about the electric cars. These lithium batteries. I mean,
yeah, that's an electrical fire.
Yeah, it takes so much water to put those freaking batteries out when they catch fire.
Right.
And they probably just let them burn.
Well, basically, that's probably the best thing to do. Just make sure nothing around them catches fire from the heat.
Yeah.
Because that's the problem that they have putting a lot of these electric car fires out. It just takes so damn much water, and then there's nothing to stop them from reigniting.
Car does look good. I have to admit, it looks good.
Well, that one doesn't look good.
Well, this particular one, no, for sure. But I don't know. I mean, I haven't really read a whole lot about them, how they perform, and all this other shit. But
they say they're amazing.
There's 275 of them. There's 274 left.
Well, that's true. Because that guy ain't getting his back. He's getting his money back.
I would hope that Mercedes would,
No. That something. Guy, you buy a $3 million car, you put an insurance policy on there for $3 million. Wow. Something happens to that thing, it burns down and gets stolen, they're going to get paid.
Yeah, that's true.
Those guys put massive insurances on those cars. You almost have to. Like, you probably can't even buy one without insuring it that good, that high.
Wait a minute. All right. Hang on. Production run of 275 units, assuming that this example had not yet been delivered. The first example was only delivered earlier this year. We assume that Mercedes-Benz will rebuild the car for its customer. Huh. They're going to make him another one special.
They should.
Well, I would hope so.
Holy balls.
But
they still have a full allocation.
If it's me, my first question is, why did my other one catch on fire?
Well, that's what I want to know first for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's actually cool that Mercedes is going to build him another one to make sure that the allocation is still at 275.
Yeah.
That's really
cool.
Pretty cool.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it had something had to touch those batteries, man. Because those batteries are hot even if they're not running.
Absolutely they are. That's why a lot of these current electric vehicles catch on fire randomly. Because all the chemicals inside the batteries, the liquid state batteries, they're moving around all the time. And under the right circumstances, the expansion of heat, that's what causes them to catch on fire and the cars to fucking burn to the ground like that. That's why solid state batteries are the way to go. Like I've heard from multiple experts in videos on YouTube, solid state batteries are the way to go.
I agree.
So
I agree.
Whatever.
Yep.
I don't know shit. I'm not an engineer, but everything I've read, solid state's the way to go.
Yeah. They're cool, I guess.
Like we talked about earlier, they're lighter, they're more compact. The charging times and the ranges of the car are comparable. They're cheaper to manufacture. You don't have to store all these fucking chemicals, these giant tanks of chemicals.
That's my biggest fucking gripe is the damn mileage.
I know. But just recently, General Motors, the original range estimate for the Silverado EV was what, 300?
I think it was like
450.
450 now.
450.
I can live with that.
And a Bolt, the original range for the Bolt was 227. One just did 460 miles.
Okay.
One charge.
I can do that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You give me 250, 300. I'm pretty freaking pissed.
That's exactly right. Now, with all the new tech, the Silverado 450, the Bolt 460. Some of these things are getting over 500 miles. There's a battery startup. Some of these fucking things will go 1,000 miles on a charge. 1,000 miles.
That's crazy.
But again, cost.
That's true.
The most expensive Lucid has a 520 mile range. Well, not the most expensive one. I think it's the Lucid Air Dream or some shit. Not the Sapphire. The Sapphire is like the top.
What are they charging? Like 200, 300,000?
The Dream, the comparable one to the Plaid is 180 grand.
Jesus Christ, dude.
520 miles.
How many people out there can actually afford that?
Not me. That's what I'm talking about. The prices.
Nobody.
Yeah, exactly. The prices have to come down dramatically.
I mean,
prices have to be comparable to internal combustion engine vehicles if they're gonna actually get to the point where there's more electric vehicles on the road than ICEs. They have to be comparable. I mean, someone has to walk into a dealership and say, I want to buy one of these cars. I want to finance it for 60 months, but I can't afford to pay more than $400 a month.
That's what it is. It's we live in a nation of how much can I afford monthly?
Exactly. Right? And if you don't keep that payment real, people they're not going to buy them. I mean,
no, absolutely not.
It's just not going to happen. You got to keep it real.
Yeah, I was telling Bob the last time we talked on the podcast. I mean, I go into dealerships. I don't give a shit what's your interest rate or whatever. I'm just going to pay it off right fucking away because most dealerships won't even let you buy the car outright. Yeah, they're like, oh no, you got to finance it. I'm like, okay, I don't even give a shit no more. I'm like, I'll finance it. You put the numbers you want down, and then in 3 months, I'll pay the car off.
Well, if I walked into a dealership and told them I'm paying cash money for this car, and they told me no, I'd get up and walk out.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Because I mean, if a car salesman, a general manager in a car dealership, or even the owner of the dealership refuses cash for a car, I'm not doing business with you.
Well, that's like all these dealerships that have all these stupid markups. If I go to a dealership and I want a specific vehicle and you're going to charge me 20, 30 grand over MSRP, I'm going to a different dealership.
Oh yeah, well, it is. It absolutely is. You're right, Sergio, and that's the problem that the manufacturers are having right now. It's not as bad as it was, but there were certain vehicles out there, and all the manufacturers had this problem. I mean, look at what Chrysler was going through, like with the Hellcats and stuff like that.
Oh, it's retarded.
They were marking these vehicles up so far over MSRP, it was stupid.
Well, I'll give you a prime example, and this was very recently. Me and Sergio were talking about this at the gym. The latest Challenger. What the fuck was it called?
The final edition one.
Yeah, the
150 or 170.
No, the 170. That's what
170.
It is. That they retailed for 106. These dealerships were charging people triple the money.
For 250.
They shouldn't be allowed to get away with that.
It should be a crime.
It absolutely should be a crime.
It should be.
The manufacturers are doing everything they can to make sure that these dealers don't do that, but there's only just so much they can do.
And their solution,
they told the Chevy dealers, okay, if you mark up a C8 Corvette too much beyond MSRP, we're not going to sell you any more Corvettes. You don't get to sell them anymore.
Well, all
right, and that's about all they can do.
A lot of the manufacturers' solutions don't really punish the dealership. They punish the customer.
Oh, agreed.
Because at the end of the day, the dealership, whether or not they sell the car today or 3 months from now, they're still going to make their money.
Oh yeah, and they're going to pay whatever they get charged with from the manufacturer. They're going to pass it on to the consumer.
Exactly.
That's
the
capital.
customer.
That's
the customer is getting punished, not the dealership.
No, and that's capitalism. That's the way things work. Businesses are going to pass this shit on to the customer anytime they can get away with it.
I call it crony capitalism, man. It's the wrong way. I'm all about making profit, but there's a difference between making profit and screwing people.
Yeah, price gouging.
What they're doing is completely screwing people over.
Absolutely. And I don't begrudge any business making a profit.
No, that's what they're in business to do.
Absolutely. If you're not in business to make a profit, what the hell's the point?
Right, exactly. Yeah. But price gouging needs to be a crime.
Because
absolutely.
It's like I said before once. You got that one guy works 9 to 5. He's working 17-hour shifts for 4 days straight.
14 days straight.
14 days straight to save up that money. So he can go out and buy that Hellcat or that Challenger for $80,000. MSRP. That's what it comes out.
Good luck.
Because that's what he's saving up for. And then the dealership comes and is like, I'm sorry, dude, it's going to cost you $140,000. Well, you just crushed his dreams. Why would he even bother now?
Exactly. Because, and on the other hand, there are assholes that will pay the $140,000, and that's the problem. That is the problem.
It is the problem. If everybody that wants that car has that put to them, okay, it's going to cost you $60,000 more. If they would just tell the dealer, fuck you, I'm not giving you $60,000 over MSRP.
100%.
You can eat that car piece by piece.
Yep, 100%. Everybody that in the market for that specific vehicle, exactly like you just said, tell that dealership to fuck off.
Yeah.
Oh, I give you the best fucking one. The Dodge dealership here in town had a red Dodge Viper. Okay, it sat there for 5 years because nobody would buy it. Yeah, you know how much they finally sold it for?
What, at a loss?
$60,000.
Yeah, at a loss.
Serves them right.
Yeah,
they sold it at $60,000.
Because I guarantee the original price that they wanted was probably $130.
I think it was like $145, $150.
There you go.
And it sat there.
And that's why the Dodge Viper no longer exists. No one wants to pay that much money for a car that sucks. It's a pain in the ass to fix. It breaks all the time, and it's not really that great of a vehicle to begin with. So
it does look good though.
Yeah,
it does look
the
good.
later ones.
I like the way it looks.
The later ones looked good, especially the ACR Ultimate, like the Extreme Aero ones. Those cars were incredible.
I liked all the old cars,
but at the end of the day, it's not a very good vehicle. It's not reliable at all. And I guarantee I wouldn't be able to drive one.
You won't fit.
Guaranteed I wouldn't be able to drive one.
It's not fair that you're 7 foot tall.
I'm not 7 foot tall, thank God.
Yeah, you are. You're like fucking 7'5", bro. What are you talking about? I saw you in that Corvette. You had your head.
Not quite like 7.5.
Don't worry. I hit 120. What, you hit like what, 130?
127, I think.
I saw you. You were driving like this.
I was not. Well, I didn't have the most room, but I was fine.
No, you were comfortable, man.
Yeah, I was fine.
That's funny.
All right, so we're going to switch back to traditional ICE engines for a moment. Thank goodness. Sergio, you're going to like these next two because they're both JDMs.
I like JDMs.
I know you do. All right, so the Lexus LFA is coming back. Me and Dad talked about this last time he came on.
Okay.
Originally, the successor was supposed to be electric.
Please, they got rid of the electric, right?
This article says it could be hydrogen powered with a twin turbo V8.
So we're driving around fucking nukes now. Cool.
Hydrogen fueled 5-liter twin turbo V8. Obviously, this is a rendering, but I think it actually looks pretty good. It's nothing like...
It looks like the old one with just more lines to it, man.
I mean, it doesn't blow my skirt up.
I mean,
quote unquote.
I'm just saying. Hydrogen fueled?
Hydrogen.
There's a few... I don't know.
I think Porsche has the right idea. They're coming out with a fuel source derived from plastic.
Well, yeah, because they're getting the oil out of the plastic. But yeah, it's the right... They actually tried it, and the car doesn't lose any horsepower. It's not bad on the motor, nothing.
I think they're going in the right direction. Plus, plastic is everywhere in our oceans.
Oh yeah, and then they're doing two things, man. They're making money selling oil,
and they're saving the
planet.
So look at the rear. This is the rear. It's okay.
Not a big fan of the rear end.
Yeah, it's okay, but I mean, it could be better.
Yeah, not a big fan. It's a little busy.
Those two black things, yeah.
Oh man, you might hate me for this one.
What? You like it?
No. So from the license plate up, it looks like a fucking Vantage. The new Aston Martin Vantage.
All right, I'm gonna have to look that up.
Like the wing in the back. That's what I don't know. That's what it's reminding me of.
Aston Martin Vantage.
Yeah, the new Vantage, the V12 Vantage.
All right, let me look here. Let's look. No.
Yes.
May.
Yes.
It's a little bit under.
This is a little fatter. The ass is a little skinnier. She's skinny. The other one's a little.
It's Aston Martin-esque.
Yes, yeah, but you get where I'm going with
I
it.
do.
That's fucking horrible.
Shame on Lexus for ripping that.
Not a big fan of the rear end there.
Yeah, not really. Actually, I think we looked at this, Dad.
Yeah, I believe we did. And
these I think these pictures are the same, but when we looked at it, I want to say it was still like going to be electric. I don't remember.
I'm telling you, dude, it looks like the old one with more lines to it. Like it doesn't look like nothing.
It has a lot of the same lines, and the overall shape is the same.
See, and that's another thing too. The difference between anything internal combustion and anything electric. You have different choices that you can make as a designer. See, this vehicle here, you have to make provisions for an exhaust.
Yeah,
that looks like shit right there. I don't like that.
I don't like either one of these pictures.
Now, if that was electric, okay, obviously you don't need the exhaust. You can do something with that area underneath the license plate different from what's there right now. Yeah, you could actually make that look better than it does, because that looks like crap right there. I just don't like that.
The front end of this is too Lamborghini to me.
Yeah, a little bit. It's taller than a Lamborghini.
Taller for sure, but it's got a
little bit of Audi.
The hood lines.
A little bit of Audi.
That's too Lamborghini for me. I can see a little bit of the Audi. What you're talking about?
Okay, the back end, those fins, those big vents in the back.
That's Lamborghini.
Horrible, dude.
That's Lamborghini.
Are they actually? I hope their service function let heat out.
I would imagine they do.
God, that's just ugly.
Yeah, I would imagine they do, but I don't know.
I don't like the car, man.
I think they're not. They're not hitting the mark on this.
I think Lexus needs to deal with just, making fake rich cars.
They make a decent sports car.
I like that.
They make a decent sports car, but their hypercar or supercar, they missed the mark on both. Even the first LFA.
That's what I'm saying. They need to stop dealing with this.
Yeah.
And worry about your regular suburban mom that wants to pretend she's rich, drive a fake rich car.
Yeah,
I agree.
They're trying to be all things to all people, and a lot of these manufacturers that go that route try to be all things to all people. They miss the mark.
Oh yes, they fucking do.
They miss the mark big time. And the best thing they could do is go back to whatever got them to where they originally were.
Yeah.
Okay. So the biggest issue with the LFA, the original, 10 years to develop.
10 years too long, man.
Once it hit the market, everything was obsolete, and it underperformed.
But it sounded amazing.
The only thing it had going for it was its exhaust. That's the only thing.
They say it's probably one of the best sounding cars.
It's one of. It is one of them. I agree with that.
You can't take 10 years to bring a car to market because none of the other manufacturers are standing still. They're bringing new shit out all the time. If it takes you 10 years from the drawing board to the road, you're screwed. And by the time that car hits the road, it's obsolete.
The absolute biggest problem was the price.
Oh, that's a problem. That's a problem a lot of the manufacturers have.
$400,000 for a Lexus?
For a fake.
$400,000 for a Lexus.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It did not. No, it didn't work.
Dude, I see Lexus on the road and I'm like, or the new Hyundais. The new Hyundais to me, okay, every time I see the new Hyundai SUV with that big fucking grill,
Are you talking about the Hyundai Telluride?
No,
that's the Kia.
No,
the Palisade.
No, the Hyundai Genesis, the G7.
Okay, yeah.
That one with the SUV. With
yeah,
the big, It wants to be like a Bentley.
Oh, absolutely.
Like a Bentley took a shit. And
that's exactly what Genesis is trying to do.
Every time I see people driving that, I'm like, God, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Does it really make a difference? Does it really make you feel like? I feel like they're like super fake people. Dude, I don't know. I'm just talking shit. But it just that's what it reminds me of. Like they're super fake people. I don't know.
I'm not disagreeing with you because I look at it this way. You had all that freaking money to spend on a vehicle, and that's the piece of shit you bought?
Exactly. And Genesis is even taking it a step further. They're going after the Bentley Continental GT.
That's what doesn't fucking make sense, dude. A Bentley is a work of art.
It's a fucking Bentley. A work of art. Yeah. Bentley got to where they are because they're Bentley.
Bentley's been making Bentleys since Bentley's been making Bentleys. Yeah. Okay?
Bentley's been around for 100 years.
Hyundai's been making Hyundais for cheap, for regular folks, broke people who can't afford a regular car. That was a cheap alternative.
Yeah. Hyundai and
Kia and Toyota and now they're trying to be something they're not. They're trying to be.
They have. I will concede. They have gotten a lot better.
Oh, absolutely.
Both Hyundai and Kia. They've gotten a lot better. But at the end of the day, they are not Bentley. They're not Rolls Royce. They're not even Cadillac, in my opinion.
We can even go back to what Corvette's doing.
Exactly.
Don't fucking do it. Stay a two-door.
Stay in your lane, Kia and Hyundai. Stay in your lane.
Yes.
There you go.
All you gotta do.
Just don't drive those pieces of shit.
Yeah, because they're ugly. All of them are fucking ugly.
Dude, did you see the grill on that fucking thing?
They're terrible, bro. All of them are fucking terrible.
It's like it's like you meet this girl. I'm married, so I don't know. But like Bumble, with these dating apps now, you meet this girl, you meet her for the first time, she opens her mouth and boom, big ass grill.
Nothing but grill.
4 teeth are missing. She got a gap. You're like, what happened to your profile picture? Oh, I used a filter. Yeah, you did.
You used about 14 filters. Shit.
Let me go change my contacts real quick. Let's do a double take.
Let me unmatch right now.
That's what that is.
No,
when you see the Hyundai, when you see that shit driving down the road, you're like, here comes Bucktooth.
Well, that's the thing. When the Genesis first hit the market, it was a Hyundai Genesis.
Yeah.
Now Genesis is its own brand.
Right.
And again, they have gotten better, but there's still a Hyundai underneath.
Right. And they're way overpriced.
Absolutely, they are.
They're like what, 70,000?
Some of them. Yeah. That one that's going after the Continental GT, that's $200,000.
Get the fuck out of here! $200,000
for a Genesis.
I'll
pull it up right now.
That's what I'm saying. You had all this money. You had all this money. You could have bought anything in the world, and you bought that piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly. I don't remember what it's going to be called. Let me see.
That's fucking retarded.
That's stupid.
That's it right there. This is it right here. That's that piece of shit. The Hyundai Genesis X Coupe, whatever. Yeah. Let me share the screen here. We talked about this on the podcast, but here, let's go to the actual article.
What the?
That's the car that's trying to compete with the Bentley Continental GT.
You know what that looks like? That looks like a DeLorean convertible, the new electric DeLorean convertible top.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it does.
But here's the profile.
I don't like it.
I don't either. Nothing about it I like.
It's ugly as hell.
So let's see if we can.
It almost looks like they want to go after the Rolls Royce Dawn, the convertible. That's what it looks like too.
Well, from everything I've read, they're shooting for the Continental.
Go back to the back end. No, right there. Yeah, that's definitely Bentley. That's
Continental GT.
That looks Lincoln Continental to me.
Yeah,
a little bit.
But the front end is hideous.
Interior is actually not that bad.
Interior's not bad.
That's not terrible.
I honestly, I think I would like it if the screen went a little further out towards the passenger.
Probably.
But not bad. Looks like it's got good quality interior.
Yeah, the interior is what it's got going for it. But other than that, it's terrible.
I'll go back to the wheels.
Wheels are garbage.
I don't like them. I think
they're too busy. I think they're too busy. me go back to the. All right, here you go. They're just too busy. They look.
Oh, I see. I thought that was the tire up top.
No. They're like a 2-piece wheel.
That looks like a 4-piece.
I don't like them. I just don't.
I don't like them either. They look like they'd be a bitch to clean.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'll never clean them. That busy, I'll never clean them.
Yeah, I just don't like it.
I'll let them go from gray to black. I changed my wheel color, guys. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, right. This is
brake
dust color.
I didn't like the front end. It looked like a blind whale.
And in that white, it looked.
Oh my goodness, that's pretty accurate. Actually, I like that. I like that description.
What?
All right.
In the white, it looked like Moby Dick.
All right. So the new Tacoma is coming to market as a Colorado Canyon competitor.
Okay.
I actually don't hate it.
I wonder if I saw one today. I think I saw one.
I don't hate it. It actually looks pretty aggressive.
I think I saw one in green today driving down the highway.
Obviously, the TRD, whatever, it's going to be a hybrid.
Okay.
It's not enough power, though. 326 horsepower, especially being hybrid, that's not enough.
No, that's a little shit.
That's just not enough.
That's a shit to show.
Oh, it's a Ranger rival, too, which the Ranger sucks. The new Colorado and the new Canyon, they're a primo.
Are they good?
Fuck yeah. Especially the Bison and the ZR2.
Oh shit! I didn't know they were making.
I'm gonna pull those up too because those are the direct competition for this thing. But I don't hate it. Like these, the regular one sucks, but the off-road TRD X, whatever the fuck,
it looks fucking cool.
It looks nice. It doesn't look bad.
Interior is probably shit though.
I don't know if there's any pictures. We're gonna see. Okay. Let's see. There's all the trim levels and what you get power wise. Okay. That's the Ranger Raptor, 405 horsepower. Okay, so max for the Toyota is the TRD Pro turbo 4-cylinder hybrid, 326 horsepower.
Still better than everybody but the Raptor.
Yeah.
Better than the Canyon, the Nissan Frontier, and the Chevy Colorado. And it's got a smaller motor than all of them.
That's true.
That's not bad.
Well, it's a hybrid. None of the other ones are hybrids.
That's true. None
of the other ones are hybrids.
The only other one
that's the only turbo. That's the Raptor. That's the only hybrid. That's why it has the most power and most torque.
And the Nissan Frontier is full motor.
Frontier's a V6.
Yeah,
that's the
straight motor.
Worst one, honestly. It's got the lead way too much. Like the torque is terrible.
It's got no torque.
None. Honestly, in my opinion, I want the Canyon AT4X, and I'm about to show you guys what that looks like. That front air dam, holy shit, does that look terrible?
Dude, you know how fast I get that I'll rip that shit off.
Oh my god, that looks terrible. Wow. It doesn't tow for shit. The payload's the best, but it doesn't tow for shit.
It looks good though.
That one's not great in my opinion.
It looks like Safari, man. It looks like a wannabe Avalanche.
Well, yeah, kind of.
That's your Asian cousin. Though.
I like this one the best.
Avalanche.
This one's the best in my opinion.
My thing is going to come down to the interior. I like the outside. Power shit.
Well, let me see if there are any interior photos.
It does look good though.
It does.
I bet you the price is going to be horrible.
I don't know.
I would say 50 grand for that.
At least
55.
No, here's the interior.
Is it worth it though? Okay. I like it.
It's not
bad.
It's not terrible.
It's nothing special, but I like it. I like the big screen. I like the cup holders where they're at.
Now, yeah, I was going to bring this up too. The seats actually have shock absorbers.
Okay, well, that's a plus. Finally, somebody did something right.
Kind of interesting.
Well, when you're going off-roading, there's bouncing. No, I like it.
Makes it more comfortable.
JBL. Rugged. Still got that same shitty plastic they use in all other cars.
No doubt. Let's see if it does have. There's no price listed. But I would say probably starting
45, 42.5, and then markup value, you're going to be like 60 for that car.
I don't know
for that truck.
TRD Pro is going to be expensive because that's top of the line, but like base mid 30s, if I had to guess.
Still not just.
All right, so let me pull up the The GMC Canyon. Because honestly, I think that's the best one. The AT4X.
I hope that's not it. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. AT4X.
Doesn't look nothing special.
It's not like super duper aggressive, but
it's like they just go back to that blue.
Look at that.
Yeah, they just added like
That
under stuff. The blue looks good.
That's the Colorado.
That's the Colorado.
Yeah, that's Colorado.
That blue looks good.
Blue is good.
Interior.
I think that's the interior.
Is that the interior? Looks good.
Pretty much very similar to the Toyota. I like this truck better, honestly. I do. All right, let me pull up the Colorado and see the difference.
I like GMC. GMC has been doing pretty good so far lately with their cars.
Yeah, I mean the interiors have come a whole hell of a long way.
Oh, then you Denali.
Yeah, it's just incredible. Man. The Denali Ultimate.
Oh, it was a good looking car.
There's the ZR2. No, I want the Bison. That's what I want.
There it is.
No, it's still not like the top. There's slightly modified, obviously.
Looks like it's got a lot of aftermarket shit on it.
Yeah. It's still not the one I'm looking for. I don't remember exactly like the top version of the Colorado. They have come a long way though.
Oh, they're a lot better. They're a lot better than when they first came out. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
God, yeah. Compared to that one Danny had.
Oh yeah.
I like that Toyota better than the Colorado.
Look wise, maybe.
Yeah, look wise,
maybe
for sure.
But
I'm trying to figure out what the hell that giant air dam on the front was. What is that? A fucking snowplow? What the hell was that?
Oh, that was terrible. That was terrible.
The front end of that.
Well, the TRD Pro doesn't have that.
What, the snorkel?
No, that front air dam, that big ass piece of plastic on the front there.
First parking lot you pull into, that thing's scrap.
Oh, a speed bump's gonna tear that off.
Yeah, tear it up.
Fucking stupid.
That's crazy.
It was terrible.
I don't know what the hell the point was.
I don't either. All right, so I got a few other things that we could talk about. Do you want to ask my dad anything like
No, later.
off the wall?
No, later. We'll talk crazy shit later.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna pick one more thing. I'm gonna give you guys the option. I have a price breakdown of how much a Bugatti costs.
Okay.
Digital mashups of 10 ugly ass vehicles.
Okay.
Or the greatest V10 powered cars ever.
V10?
V10, which it's rare.
The greatest V10 powered cars.
That's your choice, Dad.
Or the digital mashup.
I want the digital mashup. I think it'll be hilarious.
Yeah,
I think digital.
All right, digital mashups.
I like that.
All right, let's go digital mashups. These are obviously two cars that have been kind of mashed together and made into one, and they're pretty terrible. I obviously haven't looked at them myself.
This is going to be good.
This is going to be good, I think. All right. Here we go.
Wheels.
All new Deformis 10. Don't judge a book by its cover.
All right. It's a PT Cruiser and a what the hell is it? The Nissan Juke or whatever, or the
Element.
That's exactly. No,
is it a Juke?
It's a Juke. The Nissan Cube and the PT Cruiser.
Oh, Nissan Cube. That's the one I was thinking.
That's it.
Yeah.
This is absolutely terrible.
Dude, it looks like something that should be in the movie Cars. It's so bad.
Pretty much.
Looks like the designer threw up on his drawing board and put wheels on it.
He said, I got another one out of the park, guys.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, shit.
Jesus.
Like, what in the world? And it's got a little Fiat in the windshield there, the Fiat Multipla that you like so much.
God, what the hell?
Oh, the one from France, right?
Yeah.
Or is that the Renault?
They're both French.
They're both French? Shit.
Look at this thing.
They make fucking
It's
awesome
PT
cars.
Cruiser, Nissan Cube, Nissan Juke, Toyota Prius, and the SsangYong Rodius, whatever the fuck that is.
That's probably that.
I think that's the taillights. Where they get that from? I don't see any Prius in it though. Where are they getting Prius?
Oh, right here. I do.
Where?
Go back. The grill.
No, that's the PT Cruiser
Is
grill.
that the PT Cruiser?
Yeah. Where the hell do they see Prius?
Oh, the Prius is the Toyota. It's the headlights on top.
No, that's the Juke.
Is that the Juke?
Those are the Juke headlights.
Well, fuck, I don't know.
I don't see Prius at all.
I don't either.
With the wheels, maybe?
Maybe the powertrain.
I don't know.
Could be the powertrain.
Let's move on. Wait, that can't be all.
You said 10.
Where's the 10?
Go back.
Oh, it's 10 in 1.
Oh, so now we got to go through all of them?
It's 10 vehicles. This is 10 vehicles in 1.
Oh, okay. So let's go. Okay.
All right. So the Fiat Multipla is the windshield bump.
Right
there underneath. Then Pontiac Aztec wheel arches and petrol cap. Who the hell cares? PT Cruiser grill. We got that.
Yeah.
Juke hood, front fenders, and the DRLs. What the hell is a DRL?
No idea.
Hood, front fenders, and DRLs.
No idea.
Daytime running lights.
Oh, okay.
And the headlights. They're all from there.
Yeah.
SsangYong Rodius are the taillights on the rear bumper. Yes, I called that.
Yeah.
Ford Scorpio main headlights. So that's the round ones.
They're ugly as shit.
I guess. Yeah, they're terrible. Nissan Cube obviously is the whole roof.
Yeah.
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 AMC Pacer wheels.
Okay.
Those just look like slatted Kragers.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Can't go without the AMC Pacer though. It's Honda Civic Type R side skirts.
What did fucking do? Yeah.
Toyota Prius is the lower front bumper.
Oh, okay.
I still don't see it.
I don't get it either.
Yeah, I don't see it. All right, this was very.
I like it, man.
I thought it was 10. I thought it was 10 different matchups.
Well, let's go see what a Bugatti costs.
It's kind of annoying. All right, yeah, we'll go to that.
Let's go see what a Bugatti costs.
This is a price breakdown of how much a Bugatti costs. Entry level. From entry level to the one-off La Voiture Noire. Please don't judge me on that pronunciation.
Share the screen. Share the screen.
I gotta share the screen. My bad. I forget sometimes. All right, so this is the Chiron.
Look at that thing.
Price is $3 million.
Jesus Christ.
God, that's beautiful.
It is. It's actually really nice.
Look at that thing.
All right. Oh, this is just what they all cost, like the different ones.
Okay.
It's not a price breakdown.
Chiron.
It's all the different trim levels, I guess, of the Chiron. This is the Sport, $3.2 million.
Yeah.
So the base Chiron is $3 million.
So, okay, 200,000 more.
Nuts. 200 grand more, you get 40 less pounds.
So they put a little bit more carbon fiber in it for 200,000 more.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, additional lightweight materials, including the wheels and the rear window, that sheds 40 pounds.
Jesus, 40 pounds costs 200,000.
200 grand.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
The Noir edition is 3.3 million. Don't know.
Yeah,
it's a matte black finish. There's some exposed carbon fiber, which I'm a fan of.
For another 100 grand, they rattle canned it in flat black.
Yeah, they went to Lowe's and bought those damn.
Pretty much.
That's exactly what they did.
It is to celebrate the production of its 250th model. That's the whole point of this car. 20 of them exist. Let's see. I'm not even going to try.
What?
These 4 words. I'm not even going to try.
Les gens du ciel.
Okay, there you go.
Legend of whatever seal means.
CL is what, 100?
So that's the legend of 100?
100th anniversary? Maybe?
No, that's legends. That's the word legends.
I don't know.
Day is like of.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. I think I'm right.
I don't know. It's 3.4 million. Matte gray. Let's see. Okay, this is they're painted to match the planes used by the French pioneering Daredevil pilots. There's a Skyview roof.
Okay.
Unique aeronautical design elements in the interior. Blah blah blah. There's only 20 of them.
Well, if I had money to piss, I love it. I'd buy it.
Yeah, for sure. That's an Italian flag.
It's French, dude. It's
that is
white.
French. Yeah, it's French. My bad.
Yeah, Italian. I think the Italian flag is red, white, and green.
Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah. Whatever. I'm not good with flags.
You colorblind too now, bro? Damn.
Thankfully, no. But
You were in the right continent.
true.
He was.
True.
He was.
Italy and France are close.
I mean, they're
close by.
They touch ass ends.
They're close by.
Close.
They don't like each other. This is the Pure Sport. This is the one that actually did over 300 miles an hour, 3.6 million.
For that kind of money, it better do over 300 miles an hour. Jesus.
Yeah, I think it hit 304.
Wow.
But why it didn't set the world record is because it was, when it did 304, it was slightly modified from the factory version, and it only did it one way. So they didn't average it 2 times.
But this one's mostly all carbon fiber, though, right? Exposed carbon fiber.
Probably. It weighs less. It weighs
like it's all carbon fiber.
It weighs 110 pounds less than the regular. 60 were built. Has a revised gearbox. Has special Sport Cup 2 tires. 1,479 horsepower. Different front fascia. Fixed rear wing. Retuned suspension. All that bullshit. That's why I did 304.
Okay.
But it's still very impressive. All right. No, this is the one. The Super Sport 300. This is the one that did 304.
Oh, is this one?
Yeah, this is the one. This one is $4 million. This one makes almost 100 more horsepower. Let's see. This one's actually limited to 273.4. 30 were made. But they, like I said, this one, they did have a special one that they did. It did 304.773 miles an hour.
It looks good, too.
It does. It does. This one was specially built to break 300 miles an hour.
It almost looks like the McLaren Speedtail.
Kind of, sort of.
It's got like that same vibe to it.
Yeah, it's got the fastbacky, the swooping rear end.
I like the profile.
Yeah, the aerodynamics are incredible. I agree. $4 million, though. This is the only car in history to break 300 miles an hour, I think, up until this point.
Yeah.
I know that the Venom F5 from Hennessy, I know they're chasing it. And they claim that it can break 300. And then Koenigsegg. No, I know. Koenigsegg is going after 300 with the Jesko.
But Hennessy's, ain't they based off of a Lotus?
No, Hennessy, the Venom F5 is a fully original vehicle from Hennessy.
Okay.
The original Venom is a stretched Lotus with 1,200 horsepower.
Okay.
But the Venom F5 has 1,800 horsepower.
Yeah.
And it's a fully original vehicle from Hennessy.
Okay.
Let's see. This is the Sport 110 Ans Bugatti. What the fuck that means? $4.5 million. This is 110th anniversary car. 20 examples in matte blue.
I like it.
I like that color.
I like it a lot. Looks good.
Yeah. They're all sold, by the way.
No shit. Then we made 20 of them.
Yeah.
You got 4.5 million?
Sure don't.
Huh, okay, cool. Makes 2 of us. 5 makes 3 of us.
How wide do you think those rear tires are?
I think they're 365 millimeters. I think. Don't
That's
quote me.
wide.
Let's look. Let's look.
Insane.
Bugatti Chiron.
That's wide.
Rear tire width. Let's see. 355. I'm sorry. I was a little wider. But 355 millimeters, that's
like this, dude.
It's like 16 inches, I think.
That's fucking huge.
Let's see, 355 millimeters, 2 inches. Let's do that conversion. It's almost 14 inches wide.
That's fucking huge.
Yeah, that's wide as shit.
Some serious rubber. That's a hell of a footprint.
Yeah, no doubt.
Golly.
And they're rubber bands because the aspect ratio is only 25. Like they're short tires.
Yeah, they're next to nothing.
I hate that ride. Must be horrible though.
No, I bet you it rides like a cloud, man.
I don't know.
You know why? Because that shit ain't never leaving the garage.
Yeah, for $4.5 million. The Devo, this one's 5.7 million. Same W16 with 4 turbos as the regular Bugatti Chiron. Weighs 77 pounds less, and it only does 236. I say only, but the Chiron did what, 260? The regular one. So I think the aerodynamics are what limits the speed. So it obviously handles better than the regular Chiron, but it's slower. And then 40 of these were only made.
236, and it's slower.
Yeah. This is the Cento DSE. They made
4.
Very few of these.
How many did they make?
Doesn't say.
10.
Oh, 10. There you go. $9 million.
Jesus
for these
Christ.
fucking things. They made 10, like Sergio said. They say it's a reincarnation of the Bugatti EB110, which I can see it.
Oh, yeah.
I can definitely see it. This has the 1,578 horsepower that the 300 Plus has. 0 to 60 in 2.5.
Nice.
You can literally not see what the hell is behind you in that car.
Oh, certainly not.
No,
definitely
Good God almighty. That has like no rearward visibility at all. Holy shit.
They say graceful yet hostile.
yeah.
It looks hostile, just sitting still.
No shit.
That thing looks pissed off.
And then this is the creme de la creme from the Bugatti. This is the
Voiture Noire.
There you go. $12.5 million. It is the most expensive, I think the most expensive production car ever made, if you want to call it a production car.
I don't know what voiture is, but Noir is black.
Yes. I think they only made one of these.
Well, $12.5 million, I would hope so.
Yes. There is the singular blah, blah, blah Noir unveiled in 2019. And yeah, most expensive new car in the world.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not a production because it's got to be more than one, right?
Rumors identified Cristiano Ronaldo as the buyer, your soccer guy.
Yeah, soccer guy.
But that was never confirmed. So it pays homage to the Type 57 SC back in the fucking day. Unmistakably distinguishable from the Chiron. Obviously, it's extreme.
I love it.
I'm going to look up what that means, actually. Meaning. French word that means carriage, wagon, or other wheeled vehicle.
Okay.
So it's a black carriage.
Yeah.
Nice.
Basically.
Would you like to ride in the wagon?
It's a really fast carriage, though.
$12.5 million, and a fucking guy who plays a sport a 10-year-old girl can afford that, huh?
Can you believe that shit?
That's fucking insane.
Kicking a fucking ball, and he can afford a $12.5 million car.
Easily, like without batting an eye. It's incredible.
Look, man, as long as they keep their bullshit politics to themselves, they can play soccer.
I agree. Athletes never need to weigh in on politics.
Oh, athletes, actors, anybody. If I pay you for entertainment, to entertain me,
yes. I don't need to know. I don't want to know your political views.
Agreed. Hey, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but they're also entitled to keep it to themselves.
Yeah. Shut your mouth. Play your sport that you're making millions of dollars and shut up.
Millions.
Almost billions.
He signed a contract to the Saudis for $220 million a year.
That's incredible.
On his terms, and that's
a year?
Per year. His contract renews every year. So every year,
that's so stupid.
He has to renegotiate.
That is
$220 million.
Who needs that much money every year?
Think about this one. Just to kick a damn ball.
Yeah, that's Ronaldo. Exactly. That's Ronaldo. So Messi, the Saudis want Lionel Messi because he just won the World Cup to go play. They offered him $550 million a year.
The Saudis have too much money.
They do. That's it. They just don't have anything to spend their money on, so they give the shit away. It's like this fucking LIV golf, same thing. They wanted to start their own golf league, so all they did was wave millions and millions and millions of dollars underneath the nose of these golfers, and of course the greedy fuckers went for it. So now they're all playing over there in Sandland.
Shit, yeah, they did.
It's It's crazy. It's mind blowing.
All right, we're going to talk about some V10s because there's only 12.
We got 12s.
Only 12 of them, so
I can guess them all.
We're gonna go V12 V10s. You probably can guess quite a few of them. Viper's probably in there. Some Lamborghini.
The Aventador.
Not the Aventador. The Aventador was a V12.
Oh, it's a V10. Oh, sorry. It's a
V10s.
Yeah.
The
Huracan.
The Huracan for sure.
The Audi.
Audis have their V10.
Jaguar.
Jag was V12.
Well, Aston made a V10.
Nope. V12. Nope. I guarantee they didn't.
Aston made.
I'll bet you money right now they didn't.
Go for it.
All right. Let's talk V10.
I believe Aston Martin had a V10 in it.
I don't think so.
An older Aston Vantage.
I don't think so. We'll find out. You might be right.
Is the F650 Ford chassis for U-Haul trucks in there? They had a V10.
Oh, good Lord.
That'd be fucking cool.
Probably not, but we'll see. I mean, these are the greatest V10s.
I'm just putting it out there.
We'll see.
Hey,
we'll see.
Lamborghini started making tractors, not cars. So you never know.
There you go.
You make a point. There you go. All right. V10s, though. We're talking V10s. All right. The Audi RS6 Avant from 08 to 10. Incredible vehicles. They were a 5-liter V10. It was in the Lamborghini Gallardo, 572 horsepower in a station wagon. And it's a good-looking station wagon.
I love me a station wagon.
Absolutely. It's not as good as the new Audi wagons.
Oh, no, the new ones are... Oh.
It was still great.
I love station wagons.
I do, too. I wish more manufacturers would grow some balls and make some wagons.
Agreed.
Not Corvette, please.
Not a Corvette.
No,
Aston makes a shooting brake, though. That's the fucking shit.
Yeah, the shooting brake.
Holy shit, that Aston's nice.
I wish that they would have made a station wagon version out of the Chevy Impala. The generation that I own. Somebody did a rendering of the Chevy Impala as a station wagon, and they hit it out of the fucking park.
What year?
Did they?
15 to 20. It was nice. I would pay big money for that car.
All right, let me look that up. See if we can find a photo of it. Not shopping. These are all older. All right, let's do specific search.
Where? 22. Right there.
I don't know if I like that.
No, that's not the one. That's not the one. That's too square in the back.
The white one?
Terrible. No, the white one's...
Well, it wasn't the white. That's worse.
Yeah, I don't like that. What about this? Minus the shit on the side, that actually doesn't look bad.
Well,
minus the wood panel, it reminds me of the Mercedes.
Well, the Woody
or more BMW.
The Woody styling is okay, but not in this application.
No, they're trying to make it look like a Caprice Classic wagon.
There you go.
There at that right there.
That's not bad. In a different color, that's not bad.
Yeah. I would pay big money for that car right there.
I agree. Make that shit rear wheel drive, 6.2 under the hood.
Yep. Chevy missed the boat right there. They would be able to sell every one of those they could build right there.
I agree. I 100% agree.
You know the best part about that car?
I don't.
All the fun activities you can do in the back.
Well,
all the space you got.
All the activities in the back.
Yeah. No, I mean, whatever you wanted to do to that car, I mean, it's limitless what you could do.
For sure. I agree.
You know, I mean, you want to jam it full of freaking audio equipment, you can do that.
Oh,
you want to yank the rear end out and tub the back end, put some big fucking meat underneath it. You know?
Yes, please.
Possibilities are endless.
Next one.
Whatever you want to do.
Next one is the Huracan, 15 to 23.
God, I love driving that.
Incredible car.
That thing was so fucking cool.
Yeah. Interior was shit. The car itself was incredible, though.
The car was cool. I was very disappointed with the interior.
I agree. It was very cheap.
It was very plasticky.
For 150 grand, it was cheap.
They're not 150. They're like 250.
For the regular ones, they were like 150.
But it's like very plastic.
It was bad. It was like a Volkswagen-y interior.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
maybe more Audi interior, but it was cheap.
It was fun though.
I like riding in it.
When the mass production manufacturers buy these cars brands like that, they screw them up. Look what Ford did to Jaguar. They fucked it up.
Aston Martin too.
Yeah, they destroyed it.
They did, and I agree exactly with what you're saying. Volkswagen, when they bought Audi and Lamborghini, especially with Lamborghini built their reputation on being ridiculous. Styling wise, handling wise, lack of handling, their engines, everything was just ridiculous.
Well, when a mass manufacturer buys these niche vehicles, the asshole bean counters, the finance guys, they come into the boardroom and they go, where the hell can we cut costs? Well,
that's what I mean.
Yeah. Look what they did to the interior. They fucked it up because they were trying to cut costs.
That's where I was going. Like they made them more subdued.
Yep.
Than like the Countach and the Diablo.
Yeah, and that's not what people wanted.
I think the Murcielago was that transition period. They were still kind of ridiculous, but they were going more toward that corporate kind of more subdued bullshit. Yeah.
Where can we cut corners? Where can we save money?
Yeah.
And then it's also where they can make more money too, because now they give you that shitty cheap interior. You don't want that. So now you want to go do options. You got to do options. They're going to make money on the options.
Yeah. And then you're going to spec it out and spend way more money.
So then they're making money with that because they made it cheap looking. It's bullshit. It's just a scam thing. I don't know.
It's everything's about money. So
for sure.
That's what it is. It's how much more money can we squeeze out of this freaking vehicle?
Yeah.
Without putting more money into it to make it.
Yep. Okay, so the Huracan had a slightly larger V10 than the Audi we saw, and then the Gallardo, obviously. This one made 630 horsepower out of a naturally aspirated 5.2 liter V10.
Nice.
So the technology got a lot better. Obviously, the R8 had to make the list. 09 to 2023. I don't really care for the current look of the R8, but
I like the new look.
The engine is incredible.
I like the new car.
I don't know, man. I like the middle generation R8 better than the old one with the V8 and the current one.
I don't know. I like it.
I just think it's too squarey. I don't know. I don't hate it, but I don't like it as much as the previous generation. And the top level makes 602 horsepower out of its 5.2 liter V10. All right. I forgot about the fucking M5 had a V10. It did.
BMW M5 had a V10.
Yeah, 5 liter V10, F1 inspired, 500 horsepower.
Nice.
Yeah. Completely forgot about this car. I do remember it having a V10 though. Not the most attractive vehicle ever.
It's kind of plain Jane. It looks like every other sedan.
It really is. I mean, you can tell it's an M5, but it is pretty.
It's a sleeper.
It's very boring.
She's a sleeper.
Sleeper's a very accurate description. But yeah, it's pretty boring. The M6, obviously the exact same motor. I did not care for the M6 at all. I don't like it at all. I never did. Even the later ones, I just don't care for it. It's too big.
It's too round.
The rear end is terrible.
It looks like a jelly bean.
Yeah.
It kind of does. It kind of does.
It's that shit flavor nobody likes.
The vomit flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole jelly belly.
Grocery stores trying to sell them for 50 cents a bag because nobody wants them.
Yeah. It's either what was it? It was like one flavor or toothpaste. They look the same, like that light blue. There was like one good flavor, and then it was like toothpaste.
If you like toothpaste, there you go.
I guess. The Audi the S8 had a 5.2 liter V10. Probably the same as the Huracan, but less horsepower because it's gigantic.
Oh, yeah.
4,300 pounds that car weighed in 06 to 10.
That's friggin' beefy for a sedan.
Big car. 4.8 seconds to 60, though. It's pretty decent.
That's not bad.
All-wheel drive, that does help.
That helps a lot.
Yeah,
but still, sure. 4,300 pounds, that's beefy for a sedan.
Damn good-looking car, though. Jason Statham drove one in the second Transporter.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's what made me fall in love with that.
Good fucking car, man.
This is like
really nice car.
I liked it.
Yeah. Okay. SRT 10 Ram. Did have a Viper V10 under the hood. 8.3 liter V10, giant motor. 505 horsepower, I think.
Yeah.
They made a 2-door and a 4-door version.
They should have more power.
I agree with that.
You would think they'd be able to get more horsepower out of 8.3 liters, though.
Yeah, but that's America for you back in the day. Like they had these giant engines, didn't make shit for power.
Yeah, they detuned the shit out of them.
They really did. Like take the 90 SS 454. That thing didn't have shit for power. It had a lot of torque, but it didn't have shit for power.
Yeah.
I see it because you don't want that much horsepower with people who really don't know how to drive.
I mean,
these like electric cars, 1,000 horsepower. Do you really want that idiot that lives next to you having 1,000 horsepower?
Well, no, I don't. Certainly not.
I don't know about that one.
Certainly not. I mean,
he's the asshole that's going to buy that thing and wrap it around a telephone pole on the way home from the dealership. So you're not really going to have to worry about it.
And hopefully, he just hurts himself.
Oh, absolutely.
Nobody else.
You don't want him taking anybody else out. Yeah, for sure.
And actually, this truck had a manual transmission. So,
well, there
you go.
That's man's truck.
They
manual.
Describe it as the ultimate performance truck, which I have to agree with that. Ford with the Raptor and the SVT Lightning and all that bullshit. Yeah, they're okay trucks, but they're different. The SVT Lightning, when it first came out, it made decent power. It did come with a manual too, but it didn't have the power of this truck. And it didn't have the looks either. This truck actually does look pretty good.
Well, the Shelby, their Ford Shelby truck looks fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, but it didn't have the power. It was just it was the name and it was more of an appearance package than anything.
I mean, it's still underpowered, but it looks
my biggest issue with the modern pickup trucks now is you can't get a single cab pickup truck anymore unless you buy a work truck.
Right.
That's true.
Yes.
And I think that the manufacturers they're missing a boat as far as that goes.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people would prefer a single cab, and you just can't get them unless you want to buy a work truck. But who the hell wants to buy a fucking work truck?
Well, yeah, I mean, you're gonna get
the only idiot that does.
You're gonna get all the base.
That's different for you, Serge. You work for a living. You need a work truck.
I need that shit truck.
Yeah, this fucking guy works out of an $80,000 luxury truck.
Hey, look, man, if I'm gonna spend my ass driving all day, I want to be in comfort.
Okay, I mean, I get it.
That's why I bought that damn tractor. If I'm going to cut grass for 3 days, I'm buying a fucking tractor.
I see Dad's point, though. You should be able to get a regular cab truck with all the bells and whistles if you want it.
Well, back then, the Chevy S10, those were big, man. Everybody loved the single cab trucks.
Absolutely. Dad's got one.
So,
I mean, it's a base model. All manual, 4-cylinder, 5-speed.
You'll have it. People knock on my door, want to buy it.
I'm sure they do.
They do. I got to run them off. I mean, it's a Tennessee truck. It's got no cancer on it. You ought to see some of the shit that drives around on the roads up here. It's ridiculous.
Well, technically, that truck's totaled because I did it. I hit a deer in it.
Oh, that's not bad. Plus, all that salt eats all them damn.
Oh yeah, salt is it eats metal apart.
Well, I thought the manufacturers were past that, but I tell you what, I never saw so many late model vehicles that are just literally eaten up by rust up here. It's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
There's a white Cadillac Escalade that runs through this town. I'm telling you, the fenders literally do this because they're so fucking eaten up with rust.
That's terrible.
A Cadillac.
Terrible.
That's fucking horrible.
It is. It's terrible.
Yeah.
All right. Next is the Gallardo.
Yeah.
This is Lambo's first small car. It's actually their first mainstream car without the actual Lambo doors. Their trademark. They open traditionally.
Yeah, this is what the Huracan became.
Yes, this is the precursor to the Huracan. This had a 493 horsepower V10. It lasted 10 years, it was very long in the tooth towards the end of its run.
I mean, that's about right. The Ventur's been out 10 years.
These days, for a car to last that long, like people have short attention spans. Cars don't need to last that long anymore.
Right.
Oh, I know that.
They really, really don't.
Yeah, no.
But 10 years, I mean, it had a good run and it performed well. It was popular. It was cheap for a Lamborghini.
I like it.
I liked it too. And it had its special editions also. So
they get away with the 10-year model runs though because they're low runners as far as production.
Well, that, and like I said, in the later run, they had their special editions and
Right.
all that bullshit.
Yeah, they just, just enough to make it a little bit different if someone wants a special edition or whatever.
Right.
But that's how they get away with the 10-year model runs like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the Gallardo. Like I said, it was their first attempt at a smaller, slightly more affordable vehicle. Obviously, Volkswagen owned them at this point. So yeah, but it's still a Lamborghini.
I love it.
Agreed. There's the Viper. There you go. 91 to 2017. Always had a V10. At its peak, it had 645 horsepower and an 8.4 liter V10. Did sound really good, and it in later iterations it performed. It handled really, really well. Actually, it was a monster on the track. Look at those rear tires, dude.
It took them a while to get there, though.
Yeah, it did.
The early the early 90s editions were shit to drive. They drove like crap.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they had no suspension. They were built specifically for the track. So if you drove them on the freaking street, you were going to get your brains beat out.
Well, and where General Motors screwed up, when the Viper came out, obviously the Corvette had the ZR1, but they had that prototype V12 Corvette.
Yeah.
And that was specifically built to compete with the Viper.
Right.
I think they screwed up not building that car.
Agreed. Even if they would have built them in small quantities.
Absolutely.
You had to have something to compete with that car.
And they didn't.
Right. But
didn't.
No, and you're 100% right. They dropped the ball there. They really
did. They did. They had a V12 that would easily fit under the hood because it was a long hood. And it made 650-ish, I think, horsepower.
Yeah, I mean, it would have given this car a run for its money, for sure.
Easily. Where the Viper in the early 90s made 450 horsepower out of its massive V10. It didn't handle well. It was heavy, and it was unreliable.
It rode like shit.
Yeah, it was a terrible car at first. But toward the end of its run, 15, 16, 17, they came a long way. They came a long way. They looked better. They performed well. They sounded better. They made a hell of a lot more power. They had the active aero. They were a good vehicle, but they were too expensive.
Yep. Yeah, they priced themselves out of business with that car. That's basically what they did.
That's 100% what they did.
Yeah.
$140,000 for this thing? No, no one can justify that. No one can justify that.
Nope, not on its best day. That car's not worth that kind of money.
Hell no. That's why that one at the dealership here sat for 5 years. No one's going to pay that.
Right.
$60,000.
$60,000.
Yeah, they probably sold it for their cost just to get rid of it.
I would almost bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's probably like a diehard Viper fan.
More than likely.
Yeah.
But, I bet you whoever bought it probably paid cash too. And I bet you that's why they sold it for that.
Probably most likely.
Because he walked in with a stack of 100 and said, this is what I'll give you for this car.
Yeah. And they were like, we're tired of looking at it. Take it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
See you later, buddy.
I would bet. Yeah. But it's just so cramped and not good to drive. They're just not good to drive.
And you know what's crazy? I've never seen that Diamond Viper out on the road.
I've seen very few. Very, very few.
Never.
And I've never seen one of these specific ones.
The ACRs? Never.
If I see a Viper on the road, it's like a base model.
Fuck, we did actually see one at Gumball Rally.
Yeah, but was it an ACR?
It was an ACR.
Was it? Okay.
We did see.
We saw so many fucking cars at that thing. I don't even remember, and I don't think I took a picture of it because I didn't care.
I did.
Okay, there you go. Lexus LFA, obviously that one's going to be in here because just based on the exhaust, it was going to be in here.
Dude, it looks like the new rendering is this car with more lines.
Honestly, it does have a lot of the similar.
They took that vent in the back away. They added.
No, they didn't take it away. It was there.
Well, they pushed it all further back and they added a new line through it.
The shape was a little different.
Yeah, it looks
still there.
I don't know.
This is an IS350 with a V10 under the hood. That's exactly what it is.
What is it, Serge? A fake luxury sports car?
That's right.
Yes.
Big luxury sports car like fake news.
It's a fake supercar. That's what it is. It's a 550 horsepower V10 IS300. That costs $400,000.
Hard pass.
Hey, instead of saying fake news from now on, we're going to say fake ass car, fake cars, fake cars.
Yep. It's.
Oh,
I mean, honestly, it was a massively dropped ball.
It's so bad.
Because as soon as it hit the market, the Nissan GTR came at the same time with all-wheel drive, the same amount of horsepower, the twin turbo V6 for $80,000, and it ate its fucking lunch, bro. The GTR completely destroyed this car.
I'm trying to figure out how the guys at Lexus walked around with balls that big asking $400,000 for that turd pile right there.
Right, exactly.
Jesus.
Because the Japanese they're little guys.
Yeah, no shit. Man, that scrotum must have been hanging on the ground.
Gigantism of the balls.
He looked like a fucking sloth when he walked.
It looked like no. It looked like one of those. Their ball sack looked like one of those bouncy things that they bounce. That's what it looked like. That's what their ball sack looked like. Charging $400,000 for this thing.
Dude, that's
$400,000.
That's insane.
God.
I don't even want to know what they go for now.
That's nothing but pure outright greed, is what.
All right, hang on. I'm gonna look and see what current prices of the Lexus LFA.
I'm going to say, because it's so rare and nobody bought them things, I would say they're around close to like 800. They probably doubled in price.
All right, let me see what we got here.
On the used car market. I'm guessing. I don't know. Just because I think they're rare and nobody actually owns one. And if you do own one, you're one of those fucking idiots that bought the fake shit.
Let's go for sale. Let's just go Car Gurus. Lexus LFA. $1 million.
$1 million.
Million fucking dollars.
I was close.
4,420 miles in Bellevue, Washington. $1 million.
Jesus Christ.
Here's one with 123 miles on it. $900,000. That's actually a good looking car. That red looks good.
Yeah. Anybody that pays that kind of money for that car has more money than brains.
Oh, they're stupid. I'm not saying that, but that red looks good. No price. There's a yellow one, almost $2 million.
That's beyond stupid right there.
Almost $2 million.
That's beyond stupid.
And you know what's even more stupid? There's only 4 cars for sale.
Yeah.
That's it.
4 of them. 2,000 miles. It does have some aftermarket shit, whatever. It doesn't fucking warrant almost $1.9 million.
Oh, God, no. And anybody that pays that is got severe brain damage.
Well, he said it all. He's from California.
It's San Francisco, yeah.
And
yeah. Someone will pay that. Someone absolutely will.
Probably another Fruit Loop from San Fran.
Well, probably. Absolutely. They got shit for brains and too much money.
Yeah, no kidding.
Absolutely. The red one.
That's what they're getting.
That fucking red one looks good, though.
The red color is nice.
I like the red.
I
don't like the $900,000 though. Yeah, that's straight up fucking stupid.
Yeah, big time. That takes stupid to a whole new level there.
That is brain damaged stupid.
Yeah.
That's stupider than Forrest Gump, and he was stupid.
Oh, Yamaha made that engine, by the way.
Yamaha made that engine?
Yamaha made their V10.
Oh, my goodness.
Lexus teamed up with Yamaha's musical instrument division, and they they tuned the LFA's engine note.
That's what makes it sound like a sports bike.
Yeah, Yamaha tuned their exhaust to make it sound that incredible.
Good God, dude.
So, yeah. Oh, the Touareg V10 turbo diesel.
Nice.
Wow.
Diesel V10.
Wow.
This thing weighed almost 6,000 pounds.
Wow.
553 foot-pounds of torque, though. Decent.
Yeah,
That's decent.
It needed that kind of torque to get its fat ass to move.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that is, right? It's a Bentley Bentayga.
Yeah. I mean, the underpinnings is the Bentley.
Yeah, the Bentley Bentayga's got a V10 in it. Yeah. Same shit.
Twin turbo, 10-cylinder. There you go. I don't know if it was great, but it did have a V10. Actually, I think Top Gear tested one of these, and Clarkson hated it.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Which Clarkson hates a lot of things.
I could believe that.
Yeah, he hates a lot of shit.
I mean, I hate it looking at it.
I do too.
To be honest,
pretty terrible. Pretty terrible.
Yeah, it's if you could stack shit on 4 wheels, that's what you'd get.
Yeah. I mean, it's a V10, but diesel. Diesels can be good.
I mean, I like my diesel, but
Your diesel's
I drive
fine.
a truck.
Your diesel's fine. It's a utilitarian engine. But in a passenger vehicle, I don't think passenger vehicles should ever use a V10. I really don't.
Well, that's as bad as Cadillac putting diesels in them back in the 80s. You know,
God.
What the holy hell were they thinking?
They weren't thinking. That's the problem.
Obviously.
And that's why Cadillac almost died.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, the Cimarron was almost the death of fucking Cadillac, but
well, they made a lot of mistakes back then.
The diesel definitely didn't help.
Yeah. A three, and the thing is that diesel was made out of a 350 gas engine. So, you know, that was stupidity right there.
Yeah,
and then what about the V4, the V864?
Oh, that was a complete disaster.
That right there is what almost killed Cadillac.
Well, the technology could have been good, but the execution was garbage. They just didn't have the execution just wasn't good.
The technology wasn't there at that particular time. It's there now.
Yeah, the concept was good, but the technology just wasn't there.
They didn't have the technology to pull it off.
Right. I mean, even now, it's still not.
My thing is, though, why would you do that with your flagship brand?
Exactly.
Do that with Pontiac or Oldsmobile, but why the hell would you do that with Cadillac?
Right.
I get what they were going for, but you don't do that. You don't do that with your flagship brand.
That was a giant car. The giant V8. So yeah, I mean, if you to get the gas mileage,
in
theory it was good, but yeah, the execution was garbage. This car was incredible. Unsafe as shit, but it was incredible.
The Porsche Carrera GT.
Carrera GT was incredible. 5.7 V10, 605 horsepower. I've seen one of these in person. Incredible.
It's fucking amazing.
Very unsafe. Very difficult to drive. Paul Walker died in one of these things.
Well, it's because he let an idiot drive it.
Well, yeah, he wasn't driving, obviously.
Right.
And this was the car that killed him.
That was his mistake.
Well, speaking of that, so Daily Driven Exotics, the people I watch on YouTube, they drive exotic cars. That's their whole YouTube channel. He had one of these.
Yeah.
So he was driving his. He come around a corner like 45 miles an hour. In the shock, there's a bushing in the shock. You know how the shock sits sideways. It broke off.
F1 inspired.
It broke off.
Okay.
And the bottom part of the entire suspension fell directly on top of the tire. Taking that car into a wild spin.
Oh, yeah.
So he actually fixed it, and then they sold the car. But because I don't even think they ever said what happened, how the car lost control and wrecked. He's thinking maybe it could have been from the bushing failing. And it was a known defect from Porsche that those bushings fail at high speeds.
So they didn't recall the car.
No, they never recalled the car.
But they knew about it.
But they knew the bushings were fucked up.
Sorry, that's a lawsuit.
Big time.
I think Paul Walker's daughter actually did sue them.
So the bushing.
I think she got big money out of that.
I think so too. That's a wrongful death suit.
Because the bushing fails under pressure.
Yeah.
And that whole drop end, you think about it, the whole drop end is falling directly on top of that tire at 140 miles an hour.
Yeah, good luck.
What do you do? What do you do when you grab a tire? You try to stop it right away. It starts to just spin like crazy.
Yeah, they call this car the Widowmaker. No wonder.
Yeah. That could have been what it was at 140. You're not stopping that.
Hell no.
You're not stopping it.
No, and good luck because it's a convertible. I don't think they made a hardtop version of this car.
No.
So yeah, good luck surviving any kind of failure like that. Good luck.
And you know it's fucked up. It's like a $20 piece.
Probably not on this car. This was. I think when
look,
this car hit the market, it was $650,000.
You think about it. That same piece at GM would be $20. Here it's whatever.
Well, it's definitely a different. Well, GM's bushings are rubber. These most certainly were polyurethane, at least. So on this particular vehicle, a bushing like that would probably cost you $2,000.
Yeah,
if I had to guess.
Still, in the grand scheme of things, it was a cheap ass part that never should have failed.
Exactly. I see what he's saying.
Oh yeah.
And it definitely shouldn't have failed. But yeah.
Right. Yeah, he's 100% right.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Especially when you're spending $600,000.
Yeah,
exactly.
This is another incredible sounding vehicle, though.
No,
these things sounded.
It looks beautiful. It sounds amazing.
Yeah.
They say it's one of the hardest cars to drive.
I agree.
The clutch. Yeah. But I think it's a win. I just thought it was a bold strategy by Porsche, though, because up until this point, all they did was the flat six. They completely skipped the V8 and they went to a V10. I was like, why? But I mean, it worked. It did work. I like it.
I do too. It's a good looking car. And the one I saw was at the liquor store that I worked at in Franklin, and I'm not sure why, but they had a hood up in the parking lot.
Was it silver?
Yeah, it looked exactly like this car. That was the first time I had ever seen one, and the only time I'd ever seen one.
Nice.
Yeah, it was incredible. Oh, this is a new McLaren Solus GT.
That's not practical for the street.
Holy crap! V10,
Jesus.
5.2 revs to 10,000 RPMs.
Nice.
That car's going to sound incredible. 830 horsepower, shit for torque. 480 foot-pounds of torque. That's garbage.
Oh, it's a single-seater.
Single-seat design, carbon fiber monocoque.
Yeah, that's a race car. You can't drive that on the street.
Yeah. You can't. You probably technically can. I would.
You're going to destroy the front end just backing out of the fucking driveway.
Weighs 2,205 pounds, and it sounds like a riot.
The guy who takes that to a car meet or Cars and Coffee will have it towed 3 blocks away.
Oh, it's definitely going to be a trailer queen. Anybody that buys one of these, anybody that drives it's going to be a trailer queen.
Good God.
Or someone that has like Elon Musk money and doesn't give a shit. They're probably only going to build like 20 of them. So I don't even how the hell does it open?
It probably just opens up right.
Does the whole canopy open?
Like, yeah, probably. That's probably how it opens.
There's no door. You got to get like a running start and like pole vault into it.
Well, that's for me and your dad. You're 8 foot ass to just walk.
Well, I could probably step right into it, but any normal sized human, yeah, you're gonna like pole vault or
what's funny?
Long jump into it.
You know what's funny? Me and your dad would probably be a little tight squeeze in there. You'd be standing driving.
You have to ride.
I wouldn't be able to close the door.
Honestly, I probably couldn't drive it.
You have to ride on top.
Yeah, like it needs to be a target top. Like I can stick my head out of it.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
I can see where like half from your chest up is past the
I'd have to have goggles.
It's like that time you sat in that smart car in Detroit and your head was sticking out the roof.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, it's a decent looking vehicle, but yeah, it's very impractical. Hopefully it's got air suspension to kind of like lift it a little bit. Because like Dad said, you're going to fucking tear all the carbon fiber out of underneath of it.
Yeah, no, I would just park it, never drive it.
In the most ideal conditions, you're still going to fuck it up.
Oh yeah, dude.
It's got F1 inspired suspension. You can see it right here. Probably the most active aero that you can think of.
It looks cool though.
It does. It looks good. It's very radical for McLaren. I mean, McLaren, with the P1 and the Senna and all that other stuff, they've had some radical designs before. Like Dad said, this is a legitimate race car.
It even looks like one.
It really does.
I mean, that front end right there, if you're doing 150, 160, that front end is going to touch the ground.
Absolutely.
It looks like it's designed to touch the ground, to be honest with you.
I think this actually looks like a McLaren rival to the Aston Martin Valkyrie.
Yep.
I think that's where they're going with this car.
Yep.
They're trying to rival the Aston Martin Valkyrie because it has kind of the same like aero as the Valkyrie. It has all the tunnels like the Valkyrie does. I think that's what they're going for.
Yeah.
If it is, it's going to be a $3 million car.
Easy there, little buddy.
I think the Valkyrie's better though.
It might be like 3.5.
I think the Valkyrie's better looking though.
Valkyrie can fit 2 people in too.
Yeah, you can fit 2 people. You can actually drive that thing on the road if you have the balls. And it's an Aston Martin, so I would go Aston Martin if I have the choice between the 2. I'm going Aston.
Oh yeah, I'd go Aston also. I mean, I don't think there's any competition there.
I agree.
That's the end of that one.
That's the end of that one. Yeah, that's all I got. So
man, I'm pretty sure Aston made a V10.
I don't think they did, bro. I really don't think they did. All right, let's Google that. Did Aston Martin type?
Aston did a V12 though, didn't they?
Yeah, they did the V12.
Yeah, the V12 is their flagship.
Yeah.
V12 and V8, but I'm pretty sure they did a V10.
Make a V10. Let's see. Not a V10 47. Let's see. Did they ever make a V10? Advantage V8. V8. I don't think so, Joe. I don't think they did.
Audi.
History of Aston Martin? Maybe not. Valkyrie V12.
God, why was I thinking they made a V10?
10 most beautiful Aston Martins. No, I don't think they did because the early ones obviously had a V8. And then, you know, as time went along, they came out with the V12. Volkswagen did a V10, but no, I don't think Aston Martin ever did.
No, okay.
Pretty sure they didn't.
Okay.
Even the fucking ugly ass Aston Martin. What's the
Lagonda?
Yeah, the Lagonda.
That was a V8.
Even that thing had a V8, not a V10. No V10s from Aston.
Okay. All right.
Jag had a V12.
That car, the Lagonda, that car was so ugly it was nice looking.
That's a really big stretch.
I don't know. I kind of like that car. I really do.
I mean, it is really ugly that I wouldn't really mind having one, but I wouldn't say it's a good looking car. I just wouldn't.
Oh, there's a lot of cars better looking, but I mean, believe me, it's not the ugliest looking car I've ever seen by far.
Certainly not.
And at the end of the day, it's still an Aston Martin.
Here's a wagon.
The wagon's cool.
And
It's not.
That looks kind of like an afterthought.
It's really not.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
I've seen worse. I really have.
I mean, yeah. There's the modern version of the Lagonda. You ever seen one of those?
No, and it's actually a nice looking car.
It's not terrible. I think they only sent those to the Middle East because obviously they never came here. Obviously,
No, I've never seen.
Well, yeah, of course not.
I'm pretty sure those were only like Europe and Middle Eastern.
Well, yeah, that's because there's no Sandland money over here.
For sure. But yeah, the original, it was just, I don't know, man. And the interior, don't even get me started on the interior. The interior was terrible.
I like that color though.
Let's look at the interior because we've done it before and we're going to look at it again. Look at that.
No, that's cool, man. That's so futuristic, dude. I feel like I should be like having a typewriter in front of me.
This is like Total Recall luxury. This looks like a luxury car from Total Recall.
My only problem, the instrument pod is a little bit too tall.
It's too tall and the digital technology was way before its time.
It was terrible.
It was bad.
Yeah, it's just like it's like the digital dash in a Corvette. That was a fucking nightmare.
It was. And all this stuff, like all the buttons, quote unquote, they're like flush buttons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I guarantee you, back when this was made, you know, the technology wasn't good enough. You'd probably wear those out. And if you drove this car regularly, you'd wear those buttons out in a year. Absolutely.
This is the modern Lagonda interior, which is very, very well appointed. Right there.
That is like stupid nice right there.
That's really, really nice. That's the old Lagonda, or a different version of it. I think that's a later version of the older Lagonda. Yeah, it's a 76.
See, and that's actually not bad.
No, that one actually looks better.
Yeah, it's got analog gauges. It looks like it has.
Yeah, it's got legit buttons.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's good right there.
God, that modern interior looks incredible.
Yeah, that's stupid nice right there.
There's a right-hand drive version of the older one. See, that doesn't look terrible. That's not bad. But the modern one, fuck, man. No, that's obviously not production. See, yeah, there you go. That's a modern Aston Martin interior. Yeah. That looks good.
Right. That's what you should get when you buy one of those cars. You know, that's what you pay for.
No doubt. Because that was probably, if I had to guess, a modern Lagonda, $150,000.
Oh, that's worth every penny right there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing, obviously, speculating. Let's look it up. Aston Martin price. search.
Well, the stock price is pretty good.
Those go for
151.
They were 30 grand in 83, lowest sale price. Highest recorded sale was 151 in 89, or 4 in 89 in 2002. An 89 Lagonda sold for 150 grand in 2002.
Nice.
That's incredibly insane. I wouldn't pay that for an older one. All right, let's go. Hang on. Let's do Car Gurus, and let's see what current prices are going. They don't have any for sale. There's none for sale.
Interesting.
Hold on. Let me do a nationwide search.
It does say nationwide.
Go to the models.
Oh, there you go. That says Spring Hill there.
No, this is everything.
That's a Vantage, right?
Yeah, all models.
Oh, okay. Well, that's in Brentwood right there. That very first one.
Can't even pick. You can't even pick the
Lagonda. It's so bad.
The Lagonda's not even on the list.
It's so bad you can't even pick that shit.
Yeah, it's not even on the list.
How much they asking for that one? 135.
That's 135 grand.
That's not bad.
That's not bad actually.
No, it isn't.
For 2021.
Yeah,
it looks good too. Elite 12.
All right, here we go. Classic Aston Martin Lagonda for sale. Okay, maybe not.
No, you're not going to find one. I don't think
Probably
you can.
Not in this country.
Well, probably
there's got to be something. Classic Trader. Okay. This one might have one actually. Yeah, here we go. 100 grand in Great Britain money. A pound. 100,000 pounds.
It's about 100 and what?
Probably about 140, 150,000 dollars.
150, you think?
All right, hang on.
Let me see. This has 60,000 kilometers on it.
DuPont registry from 2020. Let's see what's in there.
Oh, there you go. This one's an 82 for 123,000 pounds, 43,000 miles, or 42,000 miles. This one's 69,000 pounds. That's fucking bargain.
That's my favorite number.
26,000 miles. No, damn it. I don't care to look at it. 73,000 pounds.
I like that blue.
What the hell?
Why are you looking at him, man?
I'm not clicking anything.
You're double clicking.
I'm really not.
I like that.
Oh, the blue one? 118,000 pounds.
How many miles? It doesn't say.
It doesn't say on that one. This one's red, 100,000 miles, 60,000 miles, 100,000 pounds. I'm sorry. There was only 645 of them made.
That's
the fourth owner. Okay, so there's a bunch in Europe for sale. There's a bunch over the pond over there for sale. 6 of them.
Yeah, and then you got to convert their money into American money.
Right.
123,000.
Then you got to pay to ship that thing over here.
Right. What was the original?
100 pounds is
100,000 pounds is $123,000
US. Yeah, plus another
probably
15,000.
15 grand to ship it over.
That's not bad.
So you're looking at $140,000 for a really ugly car.
If I'm a collector, and I need it, then yeah, it's not bad.
Well, yeah, if you want an Aston Martin Lagonda in your Aston Martin collection, it's worth your money.
Yeah, especially if you're a hardcore Aston Martin.
Well, this one would actually not be too bad. This is a Series 3 partially restored for 69,000 pounds. It only has 26,000 miles on it. That's not bad. You're looking at probably 95 grand out the door, shipped.
I want a mint. I don't want a partial rebuild.
All right,
sorry,
you want a mint.
I gotta have a mint one.
This is probably as mint as you're gonna get. 73,000 pounds, 40,000 kilometers.
There we go. We'll take that one.
It's like a goldish brown.
It's like shit.
Oh, it's Voleder cream.
That's
gold metallic and Voleder cream interior.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
So it's like a dark gold and cream. Pretty bad. That blue's terrible. It looks weird in red. Don't like it in red. No, I don't like it in red. This one's apparently pretty rare. There's only 645 of them made.
Nice.
I think this might be the last year of them, though. 84 of this body style. I think it was this year.
It's not bad at all.
There's a lot of Astons in here, but no Lagondas.
That doesn't surprise me at all, honestly. This one's newly painted and serviced by a specialist. 100,000 pounds.
And he's from Sweden.
Oh, yeah, it is. Dealer in Sweden. No shit.
Swedish.
Got the little flags on.
All right, this one's, was that? Denmark?
Red and white. I think that's Denmark.
Two red and one white. Is that Denmark?
2 red and 1 white.
All vertical, all horizontal.
I think it's Denmark.
That's Denmark, isn't it?
It could be.
I think it is. This one's Denmark. If it's Denmark, that's Germany. That one's the UK.
France.
That's
France.
Yeah, that's France.
Yeah, that's France.
Red, white, and blue. Yeah, it's France.
Yeah, they're all over there in
Over in Europe.
Queenland, yeah. What's the most expensive one? 123,000 pounds is the most expensive one. That one's 118, the blue one. There's no details on that one though. 268 horsepower is what they made. This one made 313. Watch out. Oh, 87. That's a later one than 84. What was the fucking production run of these things?
Wasn't it from 82 to 88?
No, they started in the 70s.
What was the
production
70s?
Run?
Yeah.
Started in the 70s.
Lagondas over here are going to be real hard to find.
74 was the first year. 90.
They made those ugly.
They only made 600.
690.
They only made 645 through the entire run.
Well, that makes it a rare car then.
Holy balls! That's why. That's why. 12 years. 12 years. 645 cars.
That makes it a rare car for sure.
Super rare.
Dude, yeah. If you're an Aston Martin collector and you need a rare car,
Have to have one.
$123,000 is not bad.
123,000 pounds.
Well, 100,000 pounds, 123,000.
So you're looking at 123,000 pounds.
That'd be like 128,000. $3,000 difference. Look, go back. 100,000 is 123. So it's $23,000 difference.
So
go
123,
back.
you're looking
It's
at
180.
Shipped,
165,
probably
145,
something like that.
Something like that.
So yeah,
At least their stocks are up. That's good.
good luck finding an Aston Martin Lagonda.
The way everything else is going, it looks like shit's about to hit the fan.
Yeah, for sure. All right, you got anything else? I got nothing.
No, I'm just.
Do you want to ask Dad about your anti-gravity propulsion?
Oh God, no.
Oh, you don't.
You want to talk about anti-gravity propulsion systems?
What the fuck is anti-gravity propulsion?
He trapped me in the gym parking lot for like 20
dude,
minutes.
I got you
this
good
shit.
though. I went down this rabbit hole. I was thinking
He was high on a gummy at a soccer game thinking about anti-gravity propulsion. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know what the fuck happened, but I was sitting there talking about it, and they're talking about like anti-gravity and shit.
Oh my God.
So I was just like, man, I wonder how that would work. So I was just thinking, how the center of our core spins, and we have magnetic poles that make gravity, whatever. So if there's a way we can make some kind of disc ball that spins to make gravity.
So what you're saying is spin it reverse, and that negates gravity.
Yes.
And then where does the propulsion come in?
I have no idea.
I
haven't made it that far.
If you can negate gravity, that's great. But where does the actual propulsion come in?
Hey, I don't know, but it's better than electric cars.
Well, I can't argue with that. But
Hey, you guys are talking to a retired factory rat. I didn't take physics in high school, man.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I didn't
either. But I mean,
what do you think? I mean, you think most? I was talking to Bob about it. I think most factory jobs are going to be gone soon, especially in the car manufacturing business.
Not soon, but
I don't think so. I don't think so. And the reason I say that is because Elon Musk thought he could build his Teslas without humans, and he found out the hard way that he can't.
Well,
robots cannot do everything.
Tesla wasn't able to do it, but Nissan actually does have a plant that is 100% run by robots.
How many people?
How
many people buy fucking Nissans? Come on.
Is it feasible?
Not many, but
there you go.
Is it feasible? No. Is it cost effective? No. But they do have a factory that is 100% run by robots, and I do think that will eventually happen. But
the issue, I mean, you're always going to need human bodies to.
Well, you're going to need human interaction with the robots, obviously.
You need electrical engineers
because robots are going to break. You need someone to fix them.
It's not going to happen in my lifetime, and I don't think it'll happen in yours.
I don't think so neither.
I don't think so either. So I think my job is safe for
up
until I retire. After that, I don't give a shit.
Bro, your job and my job is as safe as the fucking economy right now. Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
If it takes you shit, everybody's out.
Yeah.
It don't matter if you're retired. Don't matter if you're rich or not. Everybody's out.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it ain't gonna be good.
Robots, they're trying to replace as many humans with robots as possible. But like Dad said, you're never gonna. I don't think you'll ever be able to fully replace humans on a mass scale, because a robot can't do all the fine tuning, like all the like.
Yeah, it can't do the finesse that.
That's what I was going for. Yeah, they can't do the finesse work. Like you have to start a bolt in between two little things. There's so little room. A robot can't do that.
No, yeah, but I mean, they can bring it down to 50% workforce.
For sure. And GM here they've already started. Like they've already replaced certain jobs
is
with
the whole
robots.
Cadillac plant it's all robots.
The body shop mostly
it's all robots.
Well, all the welding is done by robots, but there still has to be human interaction. Like humans have to load all of the parts in the jigs and then hit a button, and then the robot will take over. But there is still a large human presence in all the body shops, definitely General Assembly. Powertrain, where I'm actually going hopefully soon, is still there. A lot of human interaction and all that bullshit. But paint is actually, I think, where there is the lowest human presence is paint.
Don't they dip the cars?
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Yeah. Well, they still spray them, but they do dip them before they're sprayed.
Well, you got to put that etching primer, like that rust, so it doesn't rust. You got to put that kind of primer.
Yeah. They do dip them, but I think the paint is still sprayed.
Yeah, paint is sprayed,
but it's by machine though, right?
It's done by robots.
Yes, okay. Yes. It's all robotic, but they're still sprayed traditionally.
Well, there you go, man. You see, you got that shit going.
So yeah, I mean,
it's coming.
They are doing everything that they can to replace all humans as they can, but
it's not going to happen anytime.
We still have almost 3,000 people at that plant.
There you go.
Well, I heard they're supposed to hire like another 2,500, 3,000 for that battery plant next door.
The battery plant is going to be staffed, obviously, but those aren't going to be GM union jobs.
No, I heard they're bringing all new outside people.
Yeah. Like they're not going to be. They're not going to be. The union part I don't know, but they're not going to be actual GM jobs. But as far as the main plant right now, we have like 2,975 people, and we're short. We don't have enough people.
It's because nobody wants to work.
Between two shifts, we don't have enough people.
Listen, that's because they keep offering friggin' transfers.
Well, transfers, and they don't pay the temps enough.
Well, the problem is, this is what I always tell my dad. Everybody wants money, but nobody wants to work for it.
Well, that's the thing. People will work. They just need to be paid, and they don't pay the temps enough. They don't.
But that's the thing.
They're not even paying temps $17 an hour. That's not a livable wage these days.
No, it is not.
It's not.
I wouldn't do that kind of work for less than $17 an hour. That's bullshit.
I made $17 an hour 7 years ago.
See, and that is where the union and I differ. The union needs to stand up to the company and say, you know what? Fuck that. We're not doing the temps anymore. You either pay them a living wage or hire them permanent and put them on the freaking payroll.
Well,
that's a strikeable issue in my book.
Well, I honestly do think we're going to strike again this year, which I don't care. If we do, we do. If we don't, we don't.
And I don't think it's going to. I think Chrysler's going first.
Because it's Ford this year.
Ford's going to go first?
I think it's Ford this time.
I don't think it matters at all. Okay, dude, even if you're making $30 an hour, How far does that take you here, where you live now?
Not much.
Not much.
Not far.
So it's like you're making $17 an hour. So it doesn't matter. Now you make $30 an hour in, let's say, Ohio, where it's cheaper to live. Then your money's going to go a little further. It just depends on where you're at.
It depends on where you are.
Yeah, Ohio's not necessarily cheaper to live than Tennessee. I mean, you got to look at everything involved. Taxes are higher in Ohio. Taxes are higher here.
Is there a state income tax in Ohio?
That I don't know.
Yeah, Michigan has one though, right?
Yeah, Michigan does.
Yeah, we do. We do have one here. We don't pay sales tax on food. So
you have to take into
consideration. Tennessee, our food is 10% cheaper.
You have to take into consideration Ohio sucks.
Oh, I know, man.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's fucking horrible.
It fucking blows. Ohio sucks.
Ohio is the armpit of the country.
Behind California, Ohio's the worst state in the fucking country.
Yeah. No. Ohio is the armpit of the country. New Jersey is the asshole.
Oh, wow.
New Jersey's bad.
I have only spent like 10 minutes in Jersey, and that was 9 minutes too long.
That's not working. Dude, I take New York City in strides, like 3 days and I'm out.
I've never been to the city. I've actually never even spent any real time in New York. We drove through, and then we stopped at Dana's house for like 2 hours.
No, I'm good.
But I have no real desire to go downtown New York, like to the city. I want to go to the car show. That's it.
No, it's cool if you want to go see a show.
I only want to go to the car show in New York. That's the only thing I need to go to New York for. I saw Freedom Tower. I saw the Statue of Liberty. It was like this big. I'm good. I'm good.
What do you mean it was this fucking big? Where?
I saw it in passing. It was like this big. I didn't see it up close, so it was like that big.
It's a lot bigger than that.
Well, I know, but where I saw it from, it was like that big. I was like, hey, Statue of Liberty, let's go that way.
Oh, cool. Look, I saw it.
Yeah, there it is. Let's go.
It is cool, though.
It is cool.
It is cool.
And Freedom Tower was cool. I didn't get to see the Empire State Building. It was like way over that way.
What's up, Tom? It's cool, though.
But yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. But anyway, that's all I got. You guys got anything?
No, I'm good.
I think I'm good.
We did 241 again.
Nice.
I think we did right around that last time Dad came on. So that's pretty consistent.
Yeah.
That's not bad. That's good.
All right. That's going to do it for this first installment of the shit show. Dad, if you want to do this regularly, we can do this like for real.
Just let me know.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we're down.
You're retired. You're not doing much, are you?
I know. I have to check my social calendar, but
Son of a bitch. I hate to interrupt your busy schedule.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Retired. I can't wait to retire too. You know how busy I want to be?
I'm ready. I've only been doing it 7 years. I'm ready.
I'm going to be doing all kinds of shit.
Golly, man.
I don't know.
Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully next time George will be here so we have more kind of back and forth banter and maybe some more laughs. But this was fun.
Well, if he quits fucking working,
I know, right?
14 days straight,
fucking 170 hours in 2 weeks. Dumb shit.
God,
right?
That makes my butt hurt just thinking about it.
Right, exactly. And he's supposedly watching this. So George, stop.
Yeah, dude.
It's not worth the money, man.
It's really not. They're going to tax the fuck out of you.
I'm not even working the hours, and you're killing me.
Anyway, like I said, hopefully he'll be on next time. But that's going to do it for this week. And Dad, thanks for joining.
No worries.
Sergio,
good to be here.
Sergio, always good to have you. And anyway, until next time.